home for Putnam City Sports here on exclusively OKC Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. Now, if that sounds a little different than it has in the past, we've done some renaming here, and so we've dropped the first three letters and just made this Oklahoma City Sports as the Putnam City Pirates now enter the field on the leadership of Coach Willis Alexander as they meet in the middle as the PCH flags come out. And we're almost ready for week one of high school football. And as a side note, there's another game going on here in the state of Oklahoma, just a little south of here down in Norman, and the OU Sooners are leading the Temple Owls, I believe they are, 17-0 here late in the first quarter. And so high school football is kind of taking a little, back seat this week because of the fact that this is a new dawning of a new era in Oklahoma athletics or high school or collegiate sports. The first time they've donned the SEC banner there in Norman on this Friday night, and they are making the most of it down south. We've got a nice crowd here on both sides as the Yukon faithful, the students are filing in. The Putnam City fans are still here as the inflatables on both ends have gone down. The officiating crew is in place. We'll give them their recognition as well, as tonight's crew is led by referee Kamasi Ford. The umpire is Stephen Warner. The head linesman is Michael Hatfield. The line judge is Eric Moss. And the back judge is Gordon Nelson. The officials are certified by the Oklahoma Secondary Activities Association and are signed by the Oklahoma City Metro Officials Association. So we thank the officiating crew for all they do as they've given up their summer, given up their time to be under the lights here tonight. And what they do makes sports official. And so they're out. The ball is being teed up. Final instructions are being given by Gordon Nelson, the umpire or the back judge, to the kicker. And he's simply saying, hey, when the white hat raises his hand and blows his whistle, kick the ball. Don't do any of that before he does that. So, Jamin, we're just about ready to get things underway here from Putnam City Stadium on this 2024 or 24-25 version of Oklahoma football here, Class 6A. Putnam City Stadium, Dwayne Doolittle again, Jamin Dawson, you and me, Pascal on the camera, Dimitri on the board, and we certainly thank you guys for joining in with us tonight as we bring you the sights and sounds here from Putnam City Stadium. Number 16 is set to kick the ball off for the Millers, Jonathan Haxton. We'll get your numbers back deep for the Pirates. Number 12 is Savion James, and we're looking to get a number from the other side. Here's a deep.
Looks like number 10, Gabriel Osborne.
Ball bounces, takes a forward bounce, and goes out of bounds. And so it landed inbounds, and there's a flag. Ball goes out untouched by the receiving team. And so the option for the Pirates will be to have a re-kick, take the ball at the 35-yard line, or where it went out of bounds. And so those decisions are coming in now as Coach Alexander is saying he's going to take it at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at that point. At quarterback for the Pirates, we're looking at number 16, Joshua Lombard. Don't check that. Let me make sure I've got that information correct.
All right, that's him indeed. Looking at my research, I wasn't really sure if Denham Friday, number 5, would get the start. They've both been getting reps throughout the spring and fall camp, but it looks like the PC North transfer is getting the start tonight.
And who's that again?
Josh Lombard.
Josh Lombard.
Lombard, excuse me.
At quarterback here, and there's a flag on the play. Josh Lombard, number 16, a junior quarterback. Illegal formation, false start against the Pirates. So the first snap of the 2024-25 season is a 5-yard penalty. So 5 yards backwards against the Pirates. And it'll be 1st and 15 here on this Friday night under the lights at Putnam City Stadium. Josh Lombard at quarterback. In a pistol formation, hands off to the lone back in the backfield, trips up at the line there. Number 2, the ball carrier, Roderick Sloan. Loss of 1 yard on the play. So 2 plays, a loss of 6 yards here, and that's not what they expected to have happen here coming out to start the season. So, again, everybody's shaking the bugs off, the jitters, gets the jitters out, and get this thing righted here as the Pirates are in a no-huddle formation. Wide twins ride to the near side, single receiver far side. Just as the back sends him in motion out of the backfield, Josh Lombard takes the snap, 3-step drop, throws a quick pass to the right side. He's dancing there, caught, but hung up in the backfield for no gain on the play. and it's going to be 3rd down and 16 upcoming. So 2 plays with penalties, going backwards after a penalty, and a loss on the play and no gain brings up 3rd down and 16 for the Pirates at their own 29-yard line. Not the way they scripted it in practice, I don't think.
Right, not at all, but it's been a long summer. I'm sure it's been a long week of preparation, so just get those first game jitters out the way, and that turf demon is active early.
You know, it's a whole lot different when you're now playing against someone who doesn't wear the same uniform, as the Millers are going to protect the stick as the 3-man front and 8 back, 10 off the yard line of scrimmage here, and they're looking to prevent a first down gain here. Lombard back, flushed out of the pocket, takes off running, gets past one guy and trips up across the 36-yard line. So just outside the original line of scrimmage, 1 yard inside, it'll be a 3-and-out forced by the Millers. And this is a 1-9 team coming in from last season, but they're better, I think better than the record showed on last season.
Right, absolutely. And talk about the leadership, that means something. Talk about these players that stuck around and didn't leave throughout the struggle.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on this roster. We'll get a count here as we go on, as the Pirates come out now into a spread kick punt formation. The punter, number 6 deep for the Millers, a high spiraling punt that's taken inside the 34-yard line by number 6. That's Lucas Jones, a senior wide receiver. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Coach Barnes is looking for catch interference, and it was real close there. However, nonetheless, the Yankees stayed in. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers. So this defense is highly touted by the Pirates, anchored by Trip Alexander, coach's son. He's got a very high football IQ, as well as others, as they dance around and fly around here looking to make some things happen as the offense sputtered. And now the Millers will be on offense here. Coming out, quarterback number 2, Carter Creech, a senior, pistol formation, takes back, looks, throws out to the wideout coming across the field. And there, that defense that flies around, number 11, the pass complete to Kennison Rogers, stopped by a host of Pirates as the Pirate offense defense flies around. There is a flag after the play here, and someone may have said or done something that they should not have done or said, as Kamasi Ford discusses it. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Millers. And so the down will count. It'll be 15 from the previous, or that end of the run, and it'll be 2nd down and 25. So both offenses find themselves going backwards here in this first offensive possession. This is proverbial death penalty here with the 1st or 2nd and 25, and it's when the down counts and you back up. That's one that really stings. So Coach Barnes will have conversation with his players there, and note that it's an unsporting-like conduct foul, so that player has one more for disqualification purposes.
Right, and that's one of your senior leaders right there. We're talking about Kennison Rogers. He's had 80 catches last year, eclipsed 1,000 yards, so you really don't want to see that from one of your leaders.
Right, you know, and when you come in with high expectations like that, sometimes, you know, your emotions get the best of you. But I think the officials have gotten his attention, because we're 9 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, and now he's on thin ice for the rest of the night. 2nd down, 25 upcoming for the Millers. Again, a screen pass brought to the far side of the field. Number 3 is the recipient of that. Logan McKenzie, stopped on the play by number 55 of the Pirates. And that is Cy Phillips, a senior outside offensive lineman, defensive lineman, 5'9", 250, and on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and a bunch upcoming for the Millers here, who try to make this manageable, 3rd down, and be able to flip the field. So get something out of this. If you can't get the 1st down, and those plays are hard to come by, this magnitude. Again, spread formation, 3 receivers to the near side. Quarterback drops back, 3-step drop, throws across the middle on a slant route. Number 6 there, the recipient of the pass, that's Lucas Jones. He's stopped by number 6 of the Pirates, Tobias Brady. It'll be 4th down upcoming for the Millers. So 4th down and about 6. And so both defenses come out true to form and hold the offenses, and sometimes good defense will motivate the offense. And so as we come back over here for the second possession for the Pirates here, an official's timeout on the field called by referee Kamasi Ford as he goes to the far sideline to converse with his co-official as something is not quite right if they want to discuss it. And it'll be fourth down. So even the officials have to work out some bugs along the way also, as this is the first live action that really counts for them, as they've been in scrimmages and 7-on-7s and all those types of things, spread formation. And this is the most critical portion of the game as an official here, as the kicking game is a big part of it, small part of it, but the biggest problems come in the kicking game as the punt bounds in and around the 34-yard line and down there by the Millers, number 34, Ethan Burton. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the second possession for the Pirates, who didn't do much on their first offensive possession here, and maybe they've gotten those bugs out. We'll see here as quarterback Josh Lombard comes off the sidelines again to lead. And interestingly enough, he is a transfer into this program. So he saw what was going on over here in Pirate Land, came from Panther Land, and stayed within the district. However, just changed colors on his jersey.
Right, same as well for number 0, Michael Ford, coming over from Putnam City West.
So spread formation, twins to the far side, 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback in the pistol, hands off to the far deep back, number 2, Roderick Sloan, picks up about 6 yards on the play. So positive yards this time for the Pirates coming out as they went forward for about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 upcoming for the Pirates. 7 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play here at Putnam City Pirates Stadium on the campus of Putnam City High School. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson here on the call for you for Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. Sloan again, the ball carrier off the left side, makes a tackler miss, a would-be tackler miss, gets out near 1st down, going to be just short. Pick up about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and a long 1 upcoming for the Pirates. So 2 plays, Sloan in the backfield, and a lot of times that's what rights the ship, to get the big guys involved, making holes, and you get some confidence, and now that open up the passing game as well.
Right, absolutely. You want to establish some continuity there, and the offensive line is doing a great job holding it down. Wide splits there, doing a good job with their blocking scheme.
High snap, hands off to Sloan again, so 3 run plays, and Sloan's off that left side has found some running room as the big guys on that side of the line are making some holes. Number 64, one of those players who's making the play for him, and that's Blaine Stevenson, just one of the big guys on the left side. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 47-yard line, their own 47-yard line. Twins to the far side of the field, single split on this side, pistol formation. Quarterback sends the back in the backfield, and there's movement on the near side. Number 12, that's Savion James, just didn't hold his water. So positive yards, and then we just kind of had a faux pas. It looks like the play was headed away. He was the decoy and just didn't hold his water there, didn't listen for the snap.
All right, that's another PC West transfer coming in for the Pirates.
And so full of transfers, as we're finding out, as the transfer portal was alive and well. And the Pirates did take advantage of that. Sloan again in the backfield off the right side this time, picks up positive yards, about 4, call it 5, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Pirates, as it's just slash left, slash right Sloan, and he's being the workhorse right now for the Pirates, and they're finding some positive gains as the offensive linemen are imposing their will on the Millers. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play here at Pirate Land on the campus of Putnam City High School. You're listening to Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, PPBC TV, the home of Pirate Sports, and a quick out pass in the flats to number 9 by Josh Lombard. Viciano Boyd, the recipient of the pass, a junior wide receiver, 5'10", 160, minimal gain on the play. 3rd down, 7 upcoming for the Pirates, who have found some rhythm on offense, mostly through the run game.
Right, and that's what you want to see. That run game is going to play dividends later on in the game, as you mentioned earlier, to open up this passing attack.
Lombard gets the signal in from the sideline, hands the information off to the offensive line. Pistol formation, twins to the far side, single receiver near side. John Bart back 3, flushed out of the pocket. There's a flag on the play. He's got room to run on the outside. Throws the ball down the field, and it's bobbled, incomplete. There is a flag on the field, and it appears to be a holding penalty that'll be indicated against the Pirates.
You got to watch that offensive line. Those are one of the things that are prominent in high school football. They're just getting a little handsy as the quarterback is trying to get out the pocket and make a play.
Yeah, that play, originally, coverage broke down, and the defense broke containment, if you will, and got in and flushed the quarterback out, and the offensive lineman reached out and grabbed a handful of jersey, and results in a 10-yard penalty as Coach Barnes is deciding whether he wants the penalty or the play to stand, and looks like he's going to decline the penalty and take 4th down. So the holding penalty is declined, and it'll be 4th and about 8 upcoming. Call it a long 7, short 8, as the punting unit again comes in for the Pirates, as this is a proverbial chess match thus far. Jaden Henson is the punter kicker for the Pirates, a senior. Back deep for the Millers, number 6, Lucas Jones. So part of one thing I noticed from this year to last year we had big programs. They were old guy friendly. And I think we've had some budget cuts because the magnification on my glasses is not nearly enough to be able to get that information. So anytime you can chime in, feel free.
Oh, absolutely.
There's the punt across the middle, end over end, takes a Putnam City roll inside the 20, down near the 15, and will roll dead at the 15-yard line. Touchdown there by number 18, Thomas Stone. So the field has been flipped for the Pirates, who found some success on offense, and it'll be their 2nd time on defense now as the Millers come out for their 2nd offensive possession here on this Friday night. Under the lights in Putnam City Stadium, Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson. As we'll see, the clouds are starting to break up around us, as the weather forecast says that somewhere in time around 9 p.m. we could have showers. We could have some possible thunderstorms in the area. Hopefully we'll forego that and keep things rolling as we're looking at the score out of Norman. The OU Sooners now lead 20-0 over Temple on their home opener on this Friday night. 1st and 10, 15-yard line. A quick out pass in the flats, overthrown, and that'll be no good. It'll be 2nd and 10 as the Millers look to get the extension of the run game on a quick out pass, just a little overthrown there by Carter Creech, and will be 2nd and 10 for the Millers.
Right, loose balls like that might cause a problem for that Millers offense because multiple Pirates are getting to the ball anytime they're around it.
The Pirates are definitely flying around, and this is a highly touted defense. As when you talk to Coach Alexander, he speaks highly of his defense. Creech's pass in the flat, number 11, complete, and he's thrown down viciously by number 6, Tobias Brady. Pick up a 1st down on the play, nonetheless. And so some success again for the Millers here as they're moving the ball now with their first down of the night. And so they're looking to get the ball, get out of the shadows of their own end zone possibly before they may have to punt the ball. But the first object of the game is to score. And so they can do that successfully. Certainly that would be Coach Barnes will have something going for his team. 1st and 10, number 3, right up the middle. That's Logan McKenzie, stopped by the interior line of the Pirates, led by number 54, Keelan Johnson, and a host of friends and Pirates. Pick up about 3 yards on the play. On its 2nd down, 7 for the Millers, just inside the 30-yard line. Creech in the backfield, moves his back to the right, dances around, throws the ball across the middle on a slant, and the Pirates are saying he didn't catch it, and the officials are saying something different, or no, that it hit the ground, as that's Eric Moss coming in saying the ball hit the ground. It'll be 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Millers. 3:42 remaining here in the first quarter at Pirate Land on this opening Friday night of high school football in the state of Oklahoma. We surely thank you for joining in with us. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson, along here bringing you the sights and sounds of Millers versus the Pirates as there's some movement. And somebody didn't remember the snap count, and that'll cost them 5 yards. And so the Millers are backing up towards their end zone now. So some success, take 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. And that's usually what you get here in the first game of the year, as these first 3 weeks are non-district games. And to be honest with you, they're money games. I mean, you host your cross-town rival teams that you won't play, and in efforts to bring out the fan base, to bring their fan base, and put some money in your coffers. And so each team thinks they have an opportunity to win that. That's why they schedule these types of games on a delayed blitz. Creech is flushed, and he's finally taken down on a nice rundown by number 13, Brayden Knox, one of those seniors for the Pirates on this high-flying defense for the Pirates. There is a flag on the field, generally in the area of holding. The quarterback exits the pocket. Usually you find that. And so we're looking for the sign from Kamasi Ford. It is definitely holding against the Millers. That penalty will be declined. A loss on the play of about 7. It'll be 4th down and 15 to go for the Millers, who find themselves again in the shadow of their own end zone. Not much success on offense. And possession number 3 upcoming for the Pirates following the punt.
Right, and this Pirate defensive line, that's what they do. They don't lack in physicality. They have all the ability in the world to flush the quarterback out of the pocket.
And there at snap goes over the punter's head. He kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Strike up the band, man. That's 2 points on a safety for the Pirates. And so that flying around defense has turned it into points. And we've got our first score of the night, a la a ball out of the back of the end zone. Put 2 on the boards for the Pirates. And they now lead 2-0. You're listening to Putnam City High School Sports, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll take a quick break, be back on the other side. And we're back at PC Stadium. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week, Putnam City style, on Oklahoma Sports Radio, OKC Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson. So following the safety, it'll be a free kick from the 20-yard line as the the Millers have elected to tee it up and kick it off. And after the 2 points, the offense will come back out for the Pirates. Set to kick for the Millers.
And hopefully get some shorter field, getting close to that end zone, giving the offense more to work with.
Unless he's got a strong leg, the Pirates should be in positive territory here. But the kicking game is one of those types of events that you never know what's going to happen, the oblong ball. So a deep pooched kick to the far side, taken by number 10 there, and he's got room to run, turns it up to the middle, makes one man miss, makes another miss, across the 50-yard line, and gets hit there and knocked down on the Pirate side of the 50-yard line. And so a nice return there will set the Pirates up with a short field just across the 45-yard line, inside the 45-yard line, down at the 41-yard line. So it'll be the 1st and 10 Pirates here on their 3rd offensive possession here as they look to get the first points on the offensive side of the ball, get things going here as the defense has shown up and showed out, if you will, and put the first 2 points of the 24-25 football season on the points for the Pirates. That could be a trivia question at their senior reunion, class reunion. Who scored the first 2 points of the 24-25 football season? The defense. First and 10, Josh Lombard looks to hand the ball off to Sloan. Sloan up the middle, and a dashing play. Nice tackle by the wideout or the defensive end, number 10, Wyatt Jones, the sophomore quarterback, comes in crashing down the line and stops Sloan for minimal gain. About pickup of 2, maybe 3. It'll be second down 7, maybe 8. See what I did there?
Working with a pro.
No, just twins left and right, single back in the backfield, splits college gaps here on the offensive line. Lombard in the shotgun formation calls for the snap. There it is. Sloan looks, quarterback pulls it, takes it up the middle. There's a flag on the play. The ball is loose, recovered by the Millers, as they say. However, we got a flag on the field, and typically that means that's going to be a holding penalty here where the flag was thrown by the umpire. As we look to get things sorted out, Miller holding is the indication. Kamasi Ford gives us that indication, and of course the Millers are going to decline that and take possession of the football. So after positive yards, 1 play and a turnover, and the Millers are back on the field now for offensively for their third possession here, and we'll see how things go as the Miller faithful now are cheering up there on their feet as the defense has risen again, and that's what we've seen tonight. It's been a defensive contest going into this thing. An update from Norman. The Steelers now lead 27-0 with about 5 minutes remaining before halftime. So a successful night thus far for the Oklahoma Sooners SEC style. And we're here now, 6A football, Oklahoma City metropolitan area, as the Millers come out now for their offensive possession. Creech in the backfield takes a high snap, hands to the up back, who runs up and gets hit. A helmet comes off in the process. Number 71 for the Millers loses his helmet. Minimal gain on the play, and he was hit and hit hard. And number 8, the aforementioned Trip Alexander, coming in doing work, if you will, and he introduced himself to the ball carrier, and we'll see how that goes.
Right, Keelan Johnson getting in on that tackle as well.
And so with that, you send a message. You know, you hit them with a sledgehammer. It don't matter if they're ants. And you hit an ant with a sledgehammer, you know you're going to do damage. But it's not for the one that you did damage on. It's for all the other ants that are watching. Quick out to the near side of the field, pass complete to number 11. Kennison Rogers, positive yards on the play, brings up third down and about 1. So the Creech to Rogers combination worked there on the near side on the quick out pass. It'll be third down 1 upcoming as the offense now is settling in of sorts.
All right, finding a little success on offense in that passing game. It's the second time they've came for Tobias.
Handoff up the middle, the big guy, he's getting thrown forward, and it'll be a first down, enough for first down yardage as he was wrapped up immediately. However, he kept his feet moving. Destry Luan. Yeah, that's Luan. Destry. The junior will be first and 10 for the Millers just across the 50-yard line, their own 49-yard line. Correction, on the Pirates' 49-yard line going in as the sun is beginning to eclipse the horizon here, and we're getting into late evening here at Oklahoma City on this summer night of football, opening night. Millers Pirates here at Pirate Stadium. The quick out again to the far side. It's too hot for the receiver. The intended receiver, number 6, Lucas Jones. Incomplete. Number 1 in coverage for the Pirates, Elijah Ashbury. Second down, 10 upcoming for the Millers. Twins left and right, single back, quarterback in the shotgun formation. Settles in, and those snaps have been high as the quarterback pulls it himself, and he probably should have handed that one off. He's going to lose yards on that play. So a zone read of sorts, or a called quarterback run. I don't know which that was, but it looks like he had options, and he opted to keep it, and he loses yards on the play. It'll be third down and double six, as we say in the officiating world. 3rd down, 12.
That was a good job by the defensive line. You got Trip Alexander along with Braden Knox blitzing off of those edges. He wasn't getting far.
He didn't fool anyone on that play on the defensive side of it, and would have been better served, in my opinion, to have handed it off to the running back. 3rd down, 12. A late blitz coming through the middle. Quarterback still has it, dancing around, running for his life here. Escapes to the right side. Still looking downfield, throws the ball, nearly intercepted, out of bounds, incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down and 12. So a lot of action on that play, and the quarterback was running around. And partner, I've got to tell you, true to the advertising of this defense, it is a flying defense. And so they should have a lot of success going forward, as they've been successful tonight, holding the score to nothing with 0.4 seconds, 0.4 of a second remaining here before the end of the quarter, as the Millers are now coming in punt formation, 4th down, 12. Deep for the Pirates, number 10, Gabriel Osborne, a sophomore, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore, looking deep to punt. What should be noted here is the sun is in the eye of the punter now. Receives the punt, and it's a high punt. Falls to the 20 and takes a roll. And rolling inside and down and around about the 6-yard line. So the Pirates have 94 yards to go. We're going to flip the field as that's the end of the first quarter, where the Putnam City Pirates lead the Yukon Millers by the baseball score of 2-0. Defensive battle here. We'll take a quick break, come back on the other side, switch ends of the field. You're listening to Putnam City High School football, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. All right, welcome back to Putnam City Stadium here tonight, where the Pirates and the Millers are getting off to a rocky start. The Pirates lead now 2-0 over the Millers after the punt that goes dead at the 6-yard line, just outside of the 6-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates, who are now looking into the sun. So Josh Lombard's going to be challenged just a little bit on those passes as he comes out, looks across the middle, and he's going to be sacked in the end zone. And just like that, we're all tied up. 2-2. So a defensive struggle going here, as we talked in the pregame about the defenses, and the defenses have shown up and shown out and have put 2 points on the board on both sides. Now, partner, I've got to say this. I've been associated with football for a number of years.
Yes, sir.
A number of years. And I don't think I've ever seen 2 safeties in the same game.
I don't think I have either.
I don't know. I don't know if our viewers, if you've ever seen the 2 safeties in the same game to tie the score, please put it in the chat line and we'll certainly respond to you. So we're all tied up again, just like we started the game 0-0, 2-2. Again, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like this.
Got to appreciate that defensive football, though.
Absolutely. You know, defense wins championships. Offense puts points on the board, but defense will win championships. And again, Coach Barnes coming off a 1-9 season last year. This is a highlight for him. This is a highlight reel. This is you telling your team, hey, this is an opportunity to erase all the memories of last year, right? Yes, Putnam City comes in here highly touted. They made it to the playoffs, on and on and on. We're on the road. Yes, we're going to their house, but nonetheless, we've got a chance to go over here and make a statement tonight, right? And so they come in with all the positives in their favor. And you look on the other side of the field. We've got transfers in here at Putnam City. We've got highly touted recruits on Putnam City side of the field. And they've got high expectations. And right now, the Millers are matching them their intensity right now, and it's 2-0. But one play can change the whole game.
Absolutely. This is a game of momentum here.
Yeah, and so right now, just like, hey, we're tied up at 2-2. Mercy sakes alive, we've got a 2-2 ball game. Jiminy Christmas. That's a shout out to my good friend who for a number of years broadcast Oklahoma football. And that was his tag, Jiminy Christmas. We certainly appreciate him. Brooks is his name, and football was his game. So here we go. The 20-yard line, free kick as number 43 comes out for the Putnam City Pirates, and will kick the ball for them. Number 43 is Evan Matoyer. As he waits for the referee to give the signal, Kamasi Ford, the referee, blows the whistle. Let's get it on. Approaches the ball. There's the kick. A high pooching kick to the middle of the field. Taken there. At the 40, my number 3 breaks a tackle, still in the open field, across the 50-yard line, down to the 45-yard, inside the 45-yard line, and down just outside of the 40-yard line. So again, just like the other previous kick from the safety, or the free kick after the safety, just inside the 40-yard line, outside the 40-yard line, and we know that there was a fumble that it ensued after that. And so again, time for the defenses to rise up as the Millers come out again for another offensive possession, this time on their positive side and deep into the territory of the Pirates at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Creech at quarterback again for the Millers, this time with the sun at his back. And so we'll see if that plays any part into the completion ratio. Twins to the near side, single receiver split to the far side. Up back, Creech goes down, looks deep, scrambles out of the pocket to the right side, escapes the pocket, being pursued by number 17 and pushed out of bounds. Pick up of a few yards on the play, about 4 yards, I should say. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming. What's interesting to me is that he didn't have much time in the pocket as his defense, again, is flying around here as they were looking to go deep with the momentum switch here, looking to put some points on the board. However, that broke down. As aforementioned, the defense has risen up here. 2nd down and 6 for the Millers. Twins to the near side. Single back, adjust in the pocket for coverage. High snap, quick throw to the outside, nearly picked off there by the Pirates. And he did pick it off. So a turnover. It's a completion, interception thrown by Creech there. And so again, the defense has bent, but not broken.
Right, and Creech has thrown a few of those, and a couple receivers have kind of bobbled the ball in the air, if you will, and we knew that was potential danger. And there we go with the Pirates getting their first defensive turnover.
So just like before, after the safety, the offense turns it over, and that's happened again. Are they reading each other's playbook, you think, maybe?
I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe they exchanged those playbooks and those spirit sticks. We didn't really know what they were doing with them earlier.
We did not know what the intent of the spirit stick was. And if you know, put it in the chat line. We certainly want to hear from you. 1st and 10, Pirates, just outside the 35-yard line. Sloan, the ball carrier, on a inside run here. As, again, they're looking to impose their will. We call that Sloan. That's number 4. Ladarian Scholes, the ball carrier. Pick up again about 3 yards on the play.
It's a good job clearing the way. Big 58, Solomon McGlory, 6'3", 215.
Yeah, I'll run by him anytime. Matter of fact, when it's time to go, he can lead me to my car. 2nd and 7. Inside handoff again. This time the Millers were there ready for that and stopped by a host of Millers, the ball carrier. As looking for the number, looks like number 4, Ladarian Scholes. Loss on the play, 3rd down and 8 upcoming, loss of 1 on the play. Quarterback looks over to the sideline for the play. Joshua Lombard, the transfer. junior at quarterback, 6'11", 190. So he's a tall guy. Spread formation, Twins left and right. And there's an official's timeout on the field as something is awry. And so I believe it has to do with the band playing while the offense is on the field. As official Kamasi Ford goes over to the band director and instructs them to not play while the other team is on offense.
Seems fair, but I didn't really know that was a regulation here.
It's one of those lesser used rules, and it happens usually when the team that's on offense is affected by it. And so they'll say to the official, hey, can you ask them not to play while we're trying to call our signals? I didn't see that happen. And certainly he hadn't heard Langston's band or Southern or Grambling or OU or others. Lombard's pass picked off in the air, number one. He's on his way to the end zone. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Strike up the band. A pick six. Number one of the Yukon Millers, Daniel Yebbit, snags it in the air and takes it to the house. And again, the defense scores.
Right, it's great instincts there. Joe Lombard, he's facing the sun, but that was great instincts with that one-handed pick, took it back to the crib.
He's been watching some of those highlight films as he went up and tapped it to himself, gathered himself, righted the ship, took it to the house, and then threw a long spiraling pass back to the sideline to give him the ball back.
Quite a celebration.
Oh, man. That's just like they drew it up. The offense, and the defense has scored all the points tonight. So with 10:09 remaining in the second quarter of play, 10 minutes before halftime, the Miller defense strikes again as the Millers now lead 8-0 with the extra point upcoming. Number 9, Diaz. The kick is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like they drew it up, we've got a score of 9-2 here at Pirate Stadium on this opening Friday night of high school football, week 1. You're listening to Putnam City High School Sports, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll take a quick break, come back on the other side. And welcome back to Putnam City Stadium here, as the Pirates have been shocked as the Miller defense has risen to the occasion now, and the Millers now lead 9-2. Yes, you heard me, 9-2 on 2 safeties and 1 pick six by the Millers. And an update from Norman. Now the Sooners are finding their offensive swag, if you will, and have just scored right before halftime. And we'll have an update on the score here as soon as we get out of buffer And there's a kick, a pooch kick through the middle that bounces, takes a Miller bounce, and is bobbled around and still loose as they're still fumbling around for the football. And we're waiting to see at the bottom of the scrum who has it. And right now it looks like the Pirates have recovered it as the deep onside pooch to the middle nearly was executed to perfection by the Millers, trying to catch the Pirates off guard here.
All right, Destry Lawan came in hot, getting a hand on that football. Just couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, a little trickeration, if you will, for the Millers. And the trick was being able to get the ball. And the Pirates rose to that occasion here. And now we're looking to put the ball in play again as the offense has sputtered for the Pirates now. And it's 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Lombard comes in at quarterback again for the Pirates.
sub.
Say again?
We got a QB substitution. I think that's Denham Friday, number 5.
And you're absolutely right, as my glasses were deceiving me, as there's a false start call against the Pirates, as number 19 for the Pirates didn't hold his water. And that'll be 1st and 15 coming up. And, you know, that's nothing against Lombard. Nothing against Lombard.
Right.
At all. Sometimes it takes something, a cataclysmic experience to be able to get you back where we need you to be. Yeah, and he's the senior leader guy as Demery hands the ball off to on the left side, and the Miller defense is swarming, and there's no gain on the play. 2nd down and 15. And back to my earlier point, sometimes we have to do some things to get your attention. And this is early on to say, hey, son, you've got the potential to be able to lead this team. Right now it's not happening. We need you to get yourself together. And we're gonna put somebody else in here because it was a close competition throughout the offseason as to who went where.
Absolutely.
And the upperclassmen who transferred in won the job. And so, but just knowing that there was a chance for Friday to get in, Denham Friday, who's now at quarterback for the Pirates. Friday, a sophomore, takes the snap, hands off to Sloan across the right side. Sloan over that right side picks up a few yards, 5 yards, maybe 6 yards, and gets driven back. Stayed upon his feet, and it will be 3rd down and 9, call it 8, for the Pirates here as they're looking to get something going on offense. And partner, we haven't seen much in the way of offense from either way. It's been a defensive struggle most of the night or all the night to this point, as the defenses have put all the points on the board for both sides. A safety and then a safety and a pick 6 for the Millers, who lead 9-2.
You want to call a couple runs, settle in the quarterback after just getting in.
Denham pass caught, a slant, complete to number 12. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Strike up the band, man. Touchdown, Pirates.
Savion James there wide open on that post, and that was a good ball there by Denham Friday.
Friday stood tall in the pocket and let his man clear. Threw the slant out in front of him. He caught it in his hands, and after he got his hands on it, it was off to the races. Katie Barr, the doorman, he's in the end zone with reservations for 6 for the Pirates. Touchdown.
And momentum has swung back to the Pirates' side. Like we said, it's a game of momentum here, and big offensive play, really the biggest we've seen from both teams.
Offense will definitely fire up the defense now. We're back in this thing. Get your heads up, guys. We know we have the ability to score, and they've done it. Number 37 in for the kick for the Pirates here to tie this thing up at 9-9. And there's the snap. There's the kick. It's up. And it is good. And just like that, we're all tied up again. 8 minutes and 25 seconds remaining before halftime on the quick strike from Friday to
Savion James.
James, that's what I was going to say that. Friday to James for 6, and the Pirates have tied this thing up. We'll take a quick break. Coming back on the other side, you're listening to Putnam City High School Sports, brought to you by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back after break. And welcome back into Putnam City Stadium. And I've got to say it, Jamin. We have an offensive sighting. We have found some offense. And the offenses are capable of putting points on the board as the Pirates on a quick slant from Denham Friday to James, and the rest is history as he streaked into the end zone after the shallow or the slant route was wide open and ran to the end zone untouched for 6 points, and we're all tied up at 9-9. And there's some excitement in the stadium again now as we've had this offensive sighting here, and you can almost see the Millers kind of just deflate after that play because, again, they have not done anything on offense. It's only been defense. And if the defense is not going to do it, the offense certainly has to stand up. And that has happened for the Pirates here as the Pirates now are back for the ensuing kickoff. And a plethora of deep backs for the Millers as we're waiting the whistle. And there's the kick. It's a deep kick. Back to the 15. Taken there by the up man, and he's still running and is snagged just across the 25-yard line at the 26 and thrown back. A vicious snag, if you will. I've seen snags like that on Swamp People, you know, when they throw the hook in and just snag the gator.
Yeah.
You've got to watch Swamp People to be able to know what we're talking about there.
I definitely will.
You got to be there. And I watch Swamp People without the subtitles. I know exactly what they're saying. I speak Swamp People. On a Friday night here, opening Friday night, as clouds are dispersing and regathering here on a cool night as the cool front's coming through. The wind is out of the west, blowing out of the east, blowing to the west here as the flags are dancing above the goal poles, and they're blowing in on both ends. So I don't know which way the wind's blowing. Creech at quarterback deep. There's a flag on the play as thrown by the referee indicating holding as the quarterback escaped to that side of it. Again, handsy, and usually you see that as the quarterback gets outside the pocket and you're just trying to get him some place to go, some opening, you know, because especially on a pass play. I mean, I'm scheduled to pass block, and then he's running, and so now I've got to change, you know, my position. And this guy got caught with his hands in the cookie jar. That'll back him up 10 yards. It'll be first and 20, first down 20. Well, it was beyond the line of scrimmage, so we're going to be first and 17 as the the line judge calls for a conference here as Coach Alexander wants an explanation as to what is going on here. It was beyond the line of scrimmage. It looks like the explanation is by Kamasi Ford, not behind the line of scrimmage. And so we're looking now possibly at realigning the sticks. And the discussion is, I believe, as the hand signals are going, it's beyond the line of scrimmage. And beyond the line of scrimmage is a spot foul. And behind the line of scrimmage, it goes back to the previous spot for enforcement. So now we've got clarification on that. While it's first and 17 and not first and 20. And we're all set to go here with 8 minutes and 14 seconds remaining before halftime here on opening Friday night at Putnam City Stadium. The Yukon Millers, the Putnam City Pirates. Creech in the backfield throws the ball deep across the middle, and the pass is incomplete. There's a flag on the play as there was some hand action. Caught with his hands in the cookie jar there, and some contact. And high school, that doesn't matter. It's going to be a previous spot foul because there's a loose ball play. So we're going to go back to the previous spot and mark off 15 yards. Collegiately, it's beyond 15. So we go to the spot of the foul. It's less than 15. So a whole lot of stuff going on here, a whole lot of rules being intertwined. But high school, just know it's never going to be the spot of the foul. It's going to be 15 yards. That's a lot, I know. And so they're marking out 15. It'll be first and 10 as pass interference is an automatic first down at high school football.
All right, just a little too physical there by Tobias Brady. His first deep shot I can recall by the Millers.
And so we're looking now at the sticks. We should have had, if it was first and 17, they're marking out 15. I don't know how in the world we got first and 4. First and 3. So interference in high school sports is not an automatic first down. We'll go back to 15 yards and replay first down. And there we have it. So we're all set. First and 2 for the Millers. Creech pulls it around the outside, and the defense is ready for that. They've scouted that play, and so they're going to lose yards on it. It'll be 2nd and 3 upcoming as Creech is corralled before he can get back to the original line of scrimmage. And
Michael Exum there on the tackle.
Michael Exum doing yeoman's work on the left side of the line for the Pirates, coming in from his linebacker position to shut that play down for a loss. Twins to the near side. Single receiver split to the outside. A high snap again over the head of the quarterback. Picked up in the backfield by the Millers. And he's going to be corralled there. Number 3, a heads-up play by him, Logan McKenzie, to get onto the football. But a huge, huge loss for the Millers. Now going back to 3rd down and about 20. Call it 19. And so the difference between an automatic first down on that pass play results now in a 3rd down and forever.
Right, that snap is crucial. We're still in the first half of the first game of football, so not unlikely to see some of those jitters come out.
I believe that's the 3rd such that we've had tonight. One, it resulted in 2 points as the nose of the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, as that was a floater out there, a duck, if you will, intended for Lucas Jones, incomplete. And so after all of everything that went on, the pass interference, the high snap, it'll be 4th down and forever for the Millers upcoming with 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining before halftime.
Quite a drive there. We talk about that pass interference, getting them close, getting them a first down, and momentum is just minimizing over there on that Miller sideline as that bad snap pushed them back another 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, you had some the hopes are so high. We're moving, and now we're not moving. And we're finding ourselves punting the ball as a punt's taken there by number 10 around the outside, still on his feet across the 50, looking for running room. Dodges, still on his feet at the 30. He's got open to the end zone, to the 10, to the 5. Strike up the band, man. Touchdown, Pirates.
That's sophomore Gabriel Osborne. He found a crease, elected to take it, Euro-stepped the defender, and went straight to the end zone for 6.
He was dancing and prancing and advancing. See what I did there?
Incredible.
With reservations for 6 in the end zone. So we've seen points by the Millers defensively, offensively, and now special teams. 3 facets of the game have shown up tonight as the Millers now take the lead 15-9. Yes, you heard me. 15-9. As the extra point is upcoming here as Coach Willis Alexander sends out information to his kicking team. Wow, just like that, things turn.
We talked about how crucial the kicking game is, and we see it in the punting game playing off when we get a touchdown by Gabriel Osborne.
Just like they drew it up, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I can hear Coach Willis all week long. Hey, the offense is going to sputter, the defense is going to score, and special teams is going to get us through this thing. As the kick is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 16-9, 6 minutes, 25 seconds remaining before halftime here. You're listening to the Putnam City High School Game of the Week, sponsored by Oklahoma City Sports, 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. And welcome back inside of Putnam City Stadium here. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson are with you on the call tonight for this game between the Putnam City Pirates and the Yukon Millers. As we've got excitement in the air as the Pirates have just scored on a kick return as the ball goes deep to the Millers. And the Millers are looking to return the favor as the runner gets out past the 35-yard line. Number 1, Daniel Yebbit. Yep, you heard me. Daniel Yebbit brings the ball out across the 35-yard line, looks out to about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers, who've yet to find their rhythm on offense. As the quarterback, Creech, has struggled mightily, and that's not to discredit him. It is to say that this is a powerful defense that he's facing. Just like we've seen with the Pirates, one play can change things, though.
Absolutely. You see the Yukon Millers are electing to stay in this 11 personnel.
It's been successful for them, run up the middle, and they're running to set up something else, but the something else has just not worked as these cover corners and these DBs for the Pirates have answered the call. And I believe that's what Coach Willis wanted to have happen. And when I say Coach Willis, I know him personally. Coach Willis Alexander wanted to happen. Hey, if we can contain them in the middle, big guys, do your job, do your 111th. We've got guys on the outside that can make things happen for us. And so that's what we're seeing now as the Millers' run game is sputtering now. A different look here as we've gone 3 wide for the Millers. Quarterback shoulder fake, and there's a blitz right up the middle. And the aforementioned defensive backs, number 11, Dewan Akerson, Junior, DB, 6'1", 185, comes through the middle on a stunt and takes Creech down for a loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 17 upcoming as the high-flying defense is flying high. 5 minutes and 13 seconds before halftime as the Millers are now looking to get things going again here. Creech looking to the sideline for the play. We're going twins left and right again.
And one thing to mention, it's a good rotation here with this Pirate defensive line, keeping them fresh. No drop-off whatsoever.
Timeout taken on the field by the Millers, who didn't like the defensive alignment as the offense got up to the line late. It's a timeout. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Putnam City High School Sports on Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. And welcome back inside of PC Stadium after the timeout. 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining before halftime. 3rd down and a bunch upcoming for the Millers as the defense for the Putnam City Pirates has risen up to the occasion. The Mike linebacker again looking to stunt. There's a flag on the play. Looks like a false start against the Millers, and that'll back them up even further. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and forever.
All right, and the offensive line continuing to push back some of these drives, making it harder, 3rd and longer.
Not many plays that you draw up to get 25 yards. And that's what they need right now for a 1st down as a stunt play comes up the middle again, picked up this time, maybe to hold the quarterback out of the pocket. Creech is again taken down, number 13 by the Pirates on delayed stunt. As I watch that, Braden Knox is the recipient of the flushing out of the pocket by Creech. It'll be 4th down, and they lost more yards on that play. And so, again, the defense, as we've been talking about all night long for the Pirates, is doing their job. The offense now is starting to right the ship as we have the change in quarterback as Denham Friday came in on the last drive and was able to get his team into the end zone. And we're awaiting this punt. And just like the last time, the punt now deep to receive. Had a high snap again, nearly blocked. There's a flag on the play running into the kicker. And there's again, he retreats, takes the ball to the near side, makes one man miss. Another flag on the play, still on his feet, running now, trying to beat a man, number 10, still on his feet. A comeback block, he's back into the end zone, but I think this is all for naught as he's done it again. Number 10 into the end zone, Daniel Osborne, but stand by, there's laundry on the lawn. It's flag day, and I believe there are going to be multiple penalties against the defense as we sort this thing out. This will be a PSK enforcement, which is PSK, post-scrimmage kick. And so there may be a 5-yard running into the kicker and a 10-yard holding penalty. And so we'll go back to what hurts them the most in essence. As the officials now confer, Kamasi Ford, Gordon Nelson, and Steve Warner, as we're looking now to see what the signals are. Kamasi Ford comes over to the near side to talk to Coach Alexander, and it appears as though there's going to be a do-over. As we're running into the kicker by the defense.
It looks like Osborne's going to have to try to do it again.
As I think Kamasi Ford now is doing the Macarena. Holding. We've got put your left foot in and put your left foot out. So I believe there are going to be penalties on both teams, I think, as we go to sort this thing out again. And the officials are conferring. If both penalties are against the defense, the Pirates in this case, the only option that the Millers will have is to re-kick, because if not, it'll be 6 points. Now, I do remember that part.
Where are you? Call my commitment. Touchdown.
And we're again waiting for final confirmation. Running into the kicker, the defense. Holding on the receiving team. So 2 penalties against the Pirates. And so we will mark off 10 and kick it again.
It's an effortless rhyme.
So running into the kicker is not an automatic first down. It is a 5-yard penalty. If we had roughing the kicker, it would be an automatic first down. In this instance, we don't have that. And so Coach Willis is trying to get that explanation as we are still awaiting the see where we are. So that's not a running into the kicker enforcement. That is a roughing the kicker enforcement, and it's an automatic first down. So the signal given did not match the enforcement. So we've got a roughing, and in high school sports, any roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, roughing the holder, result in automatic first downs. So 1st and 10 for the Pirates, or the Millers. After all of that, Creech calls his own number up the middle and picks up positive yards, 5-yard gain. So take down the 6 for the Pirates and put the Millers offense back onto the field. After the pickup of 5 by the quarterback keeper, it'll be 2nd down and 5 upcoming for the Millers.
All right, the Millers find some life off a couple of those penalties, see if they can convert.
Yeah, it was looking bleak before the laundry hit. We're asking for the stoppage of the clock again, as this is a slow-moving first half of play, as the official scorekeeper, timekeeper, has said, nope, I don't want to stop the clock. You can't make me. And it is still running.
Right, there was a lot of action here in this second quarter, though.
We've had a bunch. And I think we've had one of everything. And so we're going to put time back on the clock as the referee is speaking with Jared Gatz, the site athletic coordinator, who has his phone to his ear, talking to the clock operator. And now we've got 0.3 of a second up on the clock, as we are now setting it to 5:20, which is not correct. And we're back to 0.3. And so we're doing our best to give you everything that we see here. And we thank you for being a part of this ride with us on PPBC TV and also on YouTube, all of our various watchers and listeners here on this opening night of high school football, brought to you by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. You're listening to the Putnam City Game of the Week, your exclusive home for Putnam City Pirate, Panthers, and Patriot football for this season. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, as we've got a double reset on the play clock. And we will start on the whistle. We should have started on the whistle, but we didn't. And so now, 2nd down and 5. Low snap, Creech hands it to the back in the backfield, and there's a fumble, and the Pirates have come up with it. And I don't know if we've got that confirmed. And it's going to be 4th down. So we've nearly had one of everything in the rule book tonight. We've had unsportsmanlike conducts, we've had holds, we've had pass interference, we've had roughing the kicker, and we've got a 4th down, and a nice tackle there. And there's a Moose Johnson type run there by number 14, Destry Luwan, who lowered the boom and was able to convert that 4th down and 1 for the Millers, who found room around the left side, outside edge.
That was a big boy. Good job trying to bounce it outside. But one thing we've seen from this Pirates defense is sure tackling, that coming from Elijah Ashbury.
I think Ashbury got the worst of that, though. Creech, another high snap, looks now to scramble. There's a flag on the play, as they're going to be holding, as the would-be disruptor, number 13, for the Pirates, Brayton Knox, was held by multiple defenders as he had a clear path to the quarterback. So that'll bring up 1st down again for the Millers, this time 1st and 20. So the Millers will definitely have to clean up some things on offense, as we've had penalties galore tonight. And so they've got some work to do in that aspect of the game. And again, this is week 1. This is the first time we've had game environment Friday night under the lights. Now, granted, they've had scrimmages, they've had big scrimmages, but the coaches have been out there coaching them. Now we've got to send it in and you get it done. We need our seniors to step up, as they're starting to do that for the Pirates. The big playmakers are starting to impose their will, if you will, for the Pirates. What's now has to happen for the Millers is someone has to emerge as a clear leader to say, hey, we're better than this. In some shape, form, or fashion, somebody's got to get their attention. And it may be before the coaches come into the locker room here at halftime that somebody's going to have to say something to someone to get this thing turned around. They've shown that they can move the ball, however, not consistently. They've shown a lot of penalties, miscues, missed assignments, pre-snap reads, on and on and on. And it's all got to come together. Again, this is just week 1, and we're expecting a lot from 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids to be able to do that. But somebody's got to step up and be a leader amongst this squad. We've got clear leaders on the orange side. There's no doubt about it who those players are. Special teams. We know that number 10 has taken 2 to the house. Gabriel Osborne has taken 2 to the house. 1 came back via penalty. He's emerged as the clear special teams guy. You know, we've got Denham James has come in and thrown a touchdown. We've got the defense that's disrupting this offense. And it's not necessarily what the defense is doing wrong, as Creech again is being flushed out of the pocket. Number 13, he's running for his life. I mean, we've got free runners heading to the not chip blocks or anything like that. And so we've got to do some things like that. They'll do that. They'll get them over into their small groups and say, hey, we got to get a hedge block. We got to get a chip on this guy because, again, he's a free runner. How do you combat that? You keep the back end and let him chip. But that takes another player out of your formations, if you will.
Right, but you got a guy with that size and speed like Braden Knox, Tulsa commit coming through. You got to get a body on him at all times.
You got to put something in front of him. And, I mean, if he's going to run past you, you got to do something. You got to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quicker. We got to go to shorter routes. We got to get the ball out just like this. We got to get the ball to the outside. If he's going to be a middle rusher, that pass is complete to the outside. Looks like there's a fumble on the play. And so just when you get some momentum going, you execute the play to get it out there where you need to get away from that inside rush, and then the next man up for the Pirates steps up and strips the football. And so things like that. And so now the Millers are operating with their heads down, a heads down philosophy, right? Trying to do something to get your team up, and boom, you forget ball security. It's just something else that happens. But again, it's not necessarily their fault. This is a solid defense that we're seeing here for the Pirates tonight.
Right, absolutely. No need to hang their hats whatsoever. But like you mentioned, it's got to be a leader to come through and get this team playing as a unit. I mean, as many seniors as they have on this team, it has to be governed by the players.
Friday again at quarterback. Takes a snap, hands off to the up back on the outside run. Number 4 for the Pirates, Scholes, picks up positive yards for the Pirates there on just a quick handoff.
Showing good burst there.
Absolutely. We've got misdirection as the outside receiver came across the formation, brought the safety over, the corner over, opens up the outside there, and he's got room to run. We put hat on hat, and the offense won that one. James showing quality leadership here at quarterback, coming in relief here in the second quarter, and has started to move the offense. A high snap again to James. Looks Friday there. It's Denham Friday. He's going to scramble around as there's no one to hand the ball off to, and he's going to be sacked. No gain on the play, so we won't call it a sack. It's just a rush for no yards as there was a high snap.
All right, a little miscommunication there, as he's trying to hand the ball off to the right. Nobody's there to take it.
Yeah, that's a seeking feeling when you look for friends and no one is there. Third down upcoming, third and about 6 to go for the Pirates. Friday at quarterback. Twins to the near side. Single back, sends a back in motion. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws out deep to the corner. Number 4, Scholes, trying to get that one-on-one action. That's a long way to throw the ball. The defense had opportunity to recover. Not much of a pickup there. Pickup maybe 2 yards on the play. To be third down, make that fourth down, and about 3. 4th and 3 as the decision-making time as Coach Alexander keeps the offense on the field on a stopped clock. And so this is just saying, I trust my defense.
Right, for the offense, I mean, I think the thought wasn't too bad, but just him being so deep on that screen, it just allowed the defense to get on him and swarm him before he could get past in the second level.
Yeah, the ball was in the air for a long, long time here. Friday at quarterback again. There's a snap. Delayed handoff. Looks. He's under pressure. He's not going to make it. And he's swarmed under by the Miller defense. And they bend, but they don't break. And that's a positive sign for Coach Barnes' defense to stop again. They have shown that they can shut down this Pirate offense on a number of occasions. It's just the other facets of the game. Once the defense does their part, the offense has got to step up, and they have not sniffed the end zone tonight as the Pirates offense has, but they've shown it in their special teams defensively as well as the offensive side of the ball, and they've got a 7-point lead here as we approach halftime. 59.2 seconds remaining. The Millers now with 2 timeouts remaining unofficially. They're on the scoreboard. They've got an opportunity here to go out and strike, put some points up, have some success, as they will receive the second half kickoff. And so this is just like you scripted. Have a chance to go in before half, put points on the board, come back, get the ball, start the second half, put more points on the board before the Pirates touch it again. That would be a great reward for Coach Barnes and his Millers. Creech steps back, looks long across the middle, throws the ball high to number 11, and the pass is incomplete on a good defense there. Last minute just to tip the ball away as these DBs for the Pirates continue to show that they've got the moxie. Yep, I said it, moxie, to be able to make this happen. DeJuan Ackerson is deep in coverage there and knocks the ball away at the right time. High pointed the ball, knocked it away, just like he drew it up there. And so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Hats off to the Millers for looking to stretch the field. This is one of the few times the quarterback had a clean pocket, was able to read the field and get the ball downfield.
Right, it's a good job being decisive. We've seen him having to take off, just trying to get some positive yards for his team.
2nd and 10. Again, here we are. Creech, the quarterback, looks to hand off, fakes the handoff, and he's running again, scrambles out to the right side, throws the ball downfield, incomplete. And he's running for his football life.
But like you mentioned, Logan McKenzie is there now, and he's sitting in the backfield getting a chip on Braden Knox, allowing his quarterback to have a little more time to make something happen.
Yeah, good adjustment by the Miller coaching staff. You know, you can't send 5 out. We've got to hold somebody back in here because the quarterback, again, is running for his football life here every time that the ball is snapped. And that young man, if he had his smart watch on, I think he'd be reaching somewhere near 15,000 steps right now.
He's burning a lot of calories.
He's burning a lot of calories. So hats off to him. He'll get some hydration at halftime, as will we. And coming up at halftime, we'll speak with District Athletic Director Dr. Dix Balanceifer, who will come in and talk to us about the things that are going on here in Putnam City Schools and Putnam City Athletics specifically coming up at halftime. Stick around for that. You won't want to miss that as we get to talk about the things that are happening here in Putnam City land. You know, they've got 3 stadiums. We've got a Jumbotron here, and we're showing things on the Jumbotron that are pretty impressive to me. And there's a delay of game penalty against the Millers that'll back them up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down, 14 to go.
All right, they've definitely made quite a bit of improvements here at this stadium. Like you mentioned, now it's 3 stadiums here in the city. Nice Jumbotron. They got this nice new turf. I remember when I was here in high school, it felt like we were playing on carpet, like AstroTurf.
Now, I can go back to my high school days, which were probably – we won't go into that. But I can remember when we had just like indoor-outdoor carpeting. It was not – I can remember this field was grass. And one night it was raining. A timeout was being taken here with 44.7 seconds left remaining before halftime. But to the story, I was on this field when it was grass, and there was an official, and there was a rainstorm that came in, and we wore spot belts back then. And I stepped onto the field as a back judge and went to go with the play, and my shoe came off my foot.
My goodness.
That's old school football right there. We talk about spot belts.
How times have changed.
They have. Now we've got smart watches and for dumb people. I'm one of the dumb people. You know, I remember when phones were at the house and they rang and you answered them. Now you take it with you. You answer your emails and text messages and FaceTime, TimeFace, WhatsApp, TikTok, and oh my goodness, it's just so much.
Everything you won't need.
Man, everything right there. You get. I remember we used to have encyclopedias at home. Okay. And I'm dating myself just a little bit. You guys are looking at me like, what's an encyclopedia? Well, it was a book of stories. It was the Google back then. It was Hey Siri, but it was at your grandmother's house because the books were so expensive. I'm dating myself here, honey.
I mean, we had to do them in elementary school, so you all good.
Okay.
It's not a huge gap. It's not as big as you think.
Yeah, this is kind of like if I was a preacher at church, can I get an amen? I mean, somebody, anybody, somebody, scream. Out of the timeout, 44.7 seconds, and that dialogue was brought to you by absolutely no one. So 3rd down and a bunch for the Millers here, looking to put some points on the board before halftime. There's the snap. It's a low snap. Creech has a clean pocket, throws the ball deep to the outside, and it is caught by the receiver as the official is still walking down the field waving his hands. caught there at the 40-yard line, out of bounds, 40.1 seconds remaining. And it'll be 4th down and short for the Millers, who keep the offense on the field. And it'll be, again, 4th down and about 2 yards to go. A nice out route completion as Creech showed his arm talent there, getting the ball out to the receiver. He high pointed the ball and was able to come down and keep the drive alive for the Millers. Jumbo package for the Millers, number 14, the big guy, still on his feet. He's rumbling, stumbling, and getting down for the first down yardage. Destry Luan looks like there's a fumble on the play, so he stumbled and did fumble the football, as there's still some conversation by the officiating crew. It'll be 1st and 10 on the turnover. So just as they were starting to have some success, again, the defense for the Pirates shows up, strips the ball, gives it back to their offense, and now they've got a chance to go down and score. And we know that they can score in a short period of time, as they've done that, shown that to us here in the special team games, as well as the slant that Denham Friday was able to throw earlier in this quarter. 29.1 seconds remaining after the turnover, and the Pirates look to stretch the field.
Looks like Lombard is getting another shot at it here.
Lombard comes back into the game. And of the two, I believe Lombard has the stronger arm, the better arm talent, if you will. And that's not to take anything away from Friday, who's shown he has the ability to move this team and get the ball to the open receiver, the hot receiver, if you will.
It's all about opportunity and what you do.
There it is. And after all of that, it'll be a run play as number 2 gets smacked.
13 coming in. Putting a hat to a hat. That's Brandon Moore.
Moore meets Sloan, and Sloan goes down. Down goes Sloan. As the clock continues to run, and I believe Coach Alexander is just content to take this lead into the halftime. Here he's calling his troops off the field. And so that's going to get us to halftime here on this Friday night, opening Friday night of high school football, as the Putnam City Pirates lead the Yukon Millers 16-9 on a defensively minded night here from Putnam City Stadium. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson with you here on the call. At halftime on this Friday night, you're listening to the High School Game of the Week, Putnam City Style, sponsored by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side of halftime. Stick around. We'll have Dr. Balancey coming in shortly to talk about the things that are going on here on the campus of Putnam City Schools. We'll be back shortly. And welcome back here at halftime, as we've reached the halftime where the Pirates are leading the Millers 16-9 here on opening Friday night, as the Pirate Palm are cheering. We've got in the booth guest the District Athletic Director, a longtime friend of mine, Dr. Dick Balancey. And Doc, I'm going to tell the story how we met. You were at Western Oaks as a young coach. I was there officiating as a young official. We both had natural colored hair, and now here we are, fast forward all these years. Yours is turning gray and mine has turned loose, but we're still in this thing together, and we're still doing things. You've been promoted now to the District Athletic Director. What year is this for you as the District Athletic Director?
This is 14. How's that grab you?
14
Number
years
14
as the District Athletic Director.
Right. I did 14 years as a principal as well, and like I said, Dwayne, you and I started back, at least together, the first time we had interaction. It's 1988, 1989 over at Western Oaks. Middle school. It was junior high at that time,
yes.
And things have changed. But hey, I feel blessed to have known you and had our experiences together. It's been a good run. Appreciate the job that you do, not only here to help promote the football athletes around the Oklahoma City area. But appreciate the job. Many people may not know this, but you're a commissioner for several of the basketball leagues around Oklahoma City. I know the COAC and our Oklahoma 7, and I just appreciate the job you do, because not only do you do a nice job as commissioner, we always have referees that show up on time, but something else I really appreciate, I always like to talk you into handling a few of the games as a referee, because the younger referees, they need the experience to work with a guy like you that handles the game, and you just know how to have touch with it, with the kids and the coaches. I've just really appreciated that about watching you. And then on a friend level, I also had the ability was blessed, and not always blessed. We won some against him, but watching your son Christian and his development as a young man, and then at Edmond Memorial High School, and then as a young man at the University of Oklahoma, I always liked his demeanor. He played like a tiger out there on the floor, 6'7", great athlete, could jump, run, shoot, do many, many things well. But I always liked his attitude. I've told you that before privately. I don't mind at all saying it on the air. He's such a well-rounded young man, and he just keeps his composure well. And sometimes when you're the best player on the basketball floor, other teams will really try to bait you into causing problems. They'll give you the extra bump or the extra shove or something, and he always, I probably watched him play a dozen times, and he just always handled himself well. But back to what we're doing here tonight, I just really appreciate you guys and 105.3, and give me the gentleman's name, Perry, Mr. Perry.
Kevin Perry.
Kevin does a great job, and I really appreciate what he's doing for the Oklahoma City area, the high school sports in general. He's really worked hard to make it a bigger event for the athletes.
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I appreciate the kind words. To talk about Christian, he was a referee's kid, so he would know what he could get away with and how far to go with that. But he knew that if he did something too terribly wrong, that his mother would get him, and he didn't want that. So we certainly appreciate that. He's doing well. He's playing now in Australia. He's married. He's got his own family, and he's doing wondrous things there. I've got his dog, but he can't get it back. He can't get it back now. So we're here at Putnam City tonight. You just mentioned that the Patriots are playing at
Edmond North, and I saw it was 38-0. But they're having a tough rebuild year. Last year they graduated a senior team, and West's been down in football for a long time. But last year they made the playoffs. They were 5-5. And had a 1,000-yard rusher, and then they had 5 boys, I guess, that got to go play college. And you and I have had this conversation before. If you're good enough to play college at any level, you're a really solid high school player.
D1, D2, D3, D3.
You like that. I know that formula. You like that. You said that to me before. But if you're good enough, and they lost 5 guys that are playing college football, and that's tough to replace, especially – at a school that's not known to be a power. But that being said, we're really blessed to have Greg Johnson over there as the coach at Putnam City West High School. Greg had success at Langston, then he went to Prairie View A&M and had success there, and he came back. Willis Alexander, our PC High coach, talked Greg into coming out of retirement. Greg was living in Florida, fishing and being on the beach, having fun, and gave it up to come back here to Oklahoma to coach. And we're blessed to have him. He's a good man, and he's going to do a good job. But when you lose the seniors that we lost, the core of those guys, we lost a quarterback, we lost the best 2 linemen, we lost a good running back, and we lost a versatile player, the Warrior kid, the 4-year starter on the basketball team. He did a great job. That was a kind of a heartbreaking deal last year. He led the state in interceptions, Dwayne, and I know you'll think this is kind of crazy. In the division he played in, he led the state in interceptions, took 3 of them back for touchdowns, had 8 interceptions, and didn't make All-State. That was kind of disheartening for Jordan, because he certainly, had a great year. So
it's always tough, especially when you do the work and you put it in the hands of other people to recognize that. I've had that same conversation with. It doesn't change the fact that he did those things, but when you put it in the hands of others to give you those flowers, they don't always come the way you want them. And certainly Greg Johnson, to your point, is a great coach, great guy. Knew him at Langston, knew him at Prairie View. had some stops at Oklahoma City Public Schools, now being here. He'll get that program turned around, I promise you. Speaking of another program that's been turned around, tonight here we're with the Putnam City Pirates, who the defense has been the showcase tonight as we've scored. This first game I've ever seen where both teams score safety.
Right.
I've never seen that.
2-2 looked like a baseball game.
2-2, and then somehow the offense comes alive for the Pirates as they take one back in special teams, and then the backup quarterback comes in, throws a quick slant, and goes to the house. Things are turned around. The offense now starts feeding off of that. Right. Coach Willis Alexander, no stranger to high school sports here. He was from Douglas High School, turned that program around, played at Douglas High School, played at Langston. That's where he's had that connection with Greg Johnson, played for Greg as the coach. Now has come here and is starting to turn this team around. This team made the playoffs on last year.
Won a game.
Won a game in playoffs last year, and I can't remember the last time they've done that. And then went on to lose to Stillwater. High expectations, and that's what I heard from Coach Jared Gatz, as I came up the elevator with him. We've got high expectations. I heard him talking to you about those expectations. And tonight, they've got some high-profile people on defense. Trip Alexander, who's the coach's kid. You expect him to make plays, but they've got senior leadership. They've got upperclassmen that are.
Braden Knox kid's a good kid, and then you got Mikael Ford's a good kid. They have some speed. This is you've seen them play in the last few years. I think they have a half dozen kids that can just flat run. I don't know what you think the number is, but they, you just go down through the lineup, 0, 10, 11, 12, 18. Yeah. And then Knox has made 2 plays. Yes. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, and he's run guys down from the backside a couple times. He really looks strong
he's
here.
Come up the middle a couple of times, and I told my partner, Jamin, hey, they got to chip this guy because the quarterback's running for his life. He's running for his football life all night long. So that's basketball. That's football here. I know we're turning things around. You hire a new coach for basketball here, and I think all 3 of your schools now have new men's basketball coaches.
I'll go to that in a second, but I do want to say that we're definitely high on the job Coach Alexander's done, and I want to tell you, everybody's not privileged to this information, but Coach Alexander is a true professional. He sends out a letter every Sunday night. And it goes to all of us. If you get the word all of us, it goes to me, the secondary director. It goes to the football kids and parents. It's just so well done, well structured. He talks about that mom and dad, make sure your son is making his grades, taking time to study, doing what he has to do. You don't pass, you don't play, that kind of stuff in the letter. Also talks about we want all of our young men to be drinking a gallon of water during a 24-hour period to hydrate. He just really pays attention to detail. Coach Alexander does. I really believe that he's going to have this program very powerful in a short time. It was last year again they made the playoffs, won the first game against Tahlequah, looked good doing it, but they are, much better. And the first quarter, I think, if you reflect on the game, both teams had the nerves of some sloppy
jitters. We call it the jitters.
And they did that. But the second quarter looked much better. And the defense, so far, the Pirates have not given up a point. It's they got an interception led to touchdown, a pick six, and then a sack by the Yukon defense. Made a good play and a good rush. There was some missed blocking assignments, but I really think Coach Alexander is going to do a great job here. And I don't know what your thoughts are, but we have 2,000 students here at Putnam City High School, and are getting close to that number. And Willis is a kid magnet. The kids like to in the halls. He's going up and down the halls getting them, and they like to come play for him. And he's just an excellent motivator. But he does more than football. He is a figure here at the basketball games. Kind of a good segue, like you asked me, Mr. Doolittle. But I was here watching volleyball a week ago, Tuesday, I guess, and I was in the stands at volleyball. And who's there? Willis Alexander after practice. He runs a concession stand during soccer season. He really is embedded in Putnam City High School. It's not just being part of the football team, and the football team's just not on its own. So we're super excited. I think we got a great principal here, too. I want to give a shout-out to Mrs. Tammy Taylor. She used to be at Douglas. She was an English teacher here. Tammy Taylor is now the head principal here at Putnam City High School, and she's just, in my eyes, has just done a fabulous job. I really, really have a lot of respect and admiration for her. But back across the district, I think Derek Lane, let's jump to Putnam North. He's our football coach. We've talked about Greg and Willis. Derek at Putnam North has done a good job. He's a Putnam West grad, an SNU grad, another really good man that is leading these young men. And that's something that is important to me. It's important to try to win. I have no doubt about that. You know my feelings. I'm very competitive. But at the same time, you have to be concentrating and trying to develop young men to be the best that they can be. And because, we've all felt it. I mentioned earlier that I always try to recruit you to referee some big ball games for us. But there comes a time where the competitive side and the knees get bad on us, and just body goes, and that's what I'm really, really proud of our coaches. These 3 men that we have running the football teams, they do a great job of trying to develop men and trying to help them be the best they can be academically, athletically, and just everything.
Yeah, and to that point, we'll feature. Next week we'll have Putnam City West, and then later this year we'll have Putnam City West and PC North. That's on September 27th, and for the PC West PC North game, and then we'll have PC West on next Friday night. And so we're featuring.
Oh, you got us 3 or 4 times.
Yes, the Putnam City guys. We've got you against Eisenhower and Ponca as well. So we're here multiple times this year. We'll have a chance to introduce and talk more in depth about the other schools, the things that are going on district-wide, and to that point. But we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be able to share the stories of the district that you have, the insight on the coaches that many of us may not know. We'll be able to drill down on that on other nights. We'll be able to talk about Coach Lane, Coach Johnson, and those different the things that are going on in those different programs. But we certainly appreciate you stopping by here, talking with us here on this Friday night, opening Friday night, and the Pirates now are prevailing 16-9 with 6 minutes and 17 seconds before halftime. We're talking to Dr. Dick Balancey, my friend, my mentor, my boss now.
Like I said earlier, Dwayne, you do a fabulous job in this role, but you do a fabulous job for us, and we really appreciate it. And you're not only doing that, you're being a mentor as the commissioner. You have a partner that works and does a great job with you, but you're mentoring him, and I can see the leadership when I first met him last year at Putnam North. I think he had the Putnam North Piedmont game, or Putnam North and Moore last year, one of those 2 basketball games. But I really appreciate that. I think you're doing a great job. And hey, we've got some things going in basketball in the district. Putnam West. Let me jump in this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The Putnam West boys lost Caden Rayfield. He was a highly ranked senior, and his family made the decision that they thought it was in his best interest to go to prep school in Phoenix. He went with the young man from Midwest City, Carshawn Young. They both went out there to play for a prep school, and certainly if a family thinks that's what they need to do, I wish them well. We don't have any regrets.
No ill will.
And no ill will. I do that for all of them. The West girls won state last year, and Coach Jefferson, Jerron Jefferson, took the boys basketball job at Yukon, across who's the team across the way. He's probably over there somewhere on the sidelines.
I'm sure he is.
But because he's very supportive of the other sports when he's the coach. And, people just made a decision that they're going to kind of go different directions. Rayfield left, and his dad was very professional, called the coaches and called me and just said, hey, appreciate everything you guys have done for him, but we think it's in his best interest and potentially with what it can benefit him from that setup of the prep school about going to school. He's concurrently enrolled at Arizona State, and then in the afternoons, basically after lunch, he's basketball till 7 o'clock at night or whatever. And you have to make those decisions and do what you want to do as a family. You can't be judgmental. And the girls from West, they're going to go through some growing pains. There were 5 of them that were supposed to return off that championship team, and for one reason or another, again, Coach Jefferson not being there, the girls kind of dispersed and went to 3 or 4 different places. So it's
July
be
1 was the high school transfer portal day.
Yes,
and some of those those opportunities, and no ill will, like you said, because
people got to do what they need to do.
They're going to do what they're going to do. So I'll tell a quick story. When my son was looking for colleges, and it was like, well, Dad, what do we do? I said, well, take your time to get to know whoever you're going to go. Make your choice. Learn all you can about it, because we're going to learn one fight song.
We're not going to be bouncing around.
No, we're going to learn one fight song. And so those days are over with, because they see it in the upper level sports, and now it's open through the OSSA for that open transfer.
Well, you get one time. One time. OSSA. And I really think that's the way they ought to do Division One, because, like, your son, Christian, got to play for a guy that I think is a great man, too, and I think you think a lot of him as well. But had Coach Kruger left after Christian's sophomore year, you have loyalty. You're a state guy to Oklahoma State. You're loyal there, and you're also loyal to Oklahoma. As an athletic administrator, I would have understood it had Christian not had a great relationship with a new coach. Again, this is is a scenario.
Right.
I'm not saying it didn't happen this way, because Lon stayed the whole time.
Yes.
But had Coach Kruger decided to go retire, and Christian kind of be out there in limbo for 2 years, and then have some other coach that had a completely different style come in.
Yeah, that didn't recruit him or didn't know him. Yeah.
Or like, let's just say you change systems. Like, 2 great coaches that I thought both had excellent success, that I think both didn't get the proper due, Nolan Richardson and Eddie Sutton. Mm-hmm. They have different styles.
Absolutely.
If one of those guys recruits you and the other one comes in and you're not comfortable with it, I think that's fine. But I think the college transfer portal would be good with one time, not multiple times. Because some of these guys and young men, they're getting in the portal all the time. That doesn't teach you, Coach. And you and I, in our 30-year relationship, at times we've had to say, hey, we've got to look at this situation, the two of us together, and figure out what's best. But you have to work through situations in our jobs.
Right.
You can't be a job for 14 years as a principal, or in 14 or 15 as a principal at a school, or an administrator or a superintendent of schools, if you cannot learn to work through things.
Right.
So this college portal system, although I think the one transfer is acceptable, I am not a fan of the multiple opportunities and stuff. So that's just my opinion, because I don't think you're teaching enough of learning how to adapt to a situation.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
You'll bounce around. I mean, life. The difference between school and life is that school gives you the answer and tests you. Life tests you and give you the answers. Right. And so some of those answers are still floating around here for some of these young collegiate students. I mean, there's a lot of money being floated around. I mean, waving lots of money in the faces of players who don't have that kind of money. And that's, I look at Najee Kennedy, who left Stanford to go to one of the Texas schools for $1
million or 1.2 million or something like that. Yeah. Hey, and I don't blame her for that, but the bottom line is it's just a crazy world we're living in with the money and stuff like that. And the other piece of it, and I don't begrudge them for this, but they're also the academic issue. Mm-hmm. Again, I do not pick on or try to judge anybody, but the colleges are really very protective of where they put these young men and women because the money invested. For example, they pretty well at most places say, you want to be in business or you want to be a history teacher. They're going to tell you what classes you're taking. Oh, yeah. They're not letting you just don't get run of the mill classes. No. They know where they put you.
That's scholarship Division I kids. They got somebody making sure you go. I mean, they're watching you like a hawk because they're investing in you.
Right.
And the only thing I don't like about the NIL deal is that it was too many years later after my son left.
I understand.
He didn't get a chance to participate. Dr. Balancey, we're going to take a quick break here, but certainly thank you for coming in, dropping those pearls of wisdom on us, and we're excited about the things that are going on here. We're happy to partner with you on behalf of the Perry organization. Certainly thank you for the opportunity to be here to highlight your programs, yours, talk to you about your students and your talent here, and we look for a long partnership.
Thank you. Appreciate you as always, buddy. Take care of yourself.
You bet. Dr. Dick Balancey for the Superintendent of Public the district athletic director for the Putnam City Schools here on this Friday night with 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining before the kickoff for the third quarter. We're going to take a break, go rehydrate, and come back and bring you the second half of action here. You're listening to Putnam City High School Sports exclusively on Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health and Preferred Pediatrics. Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. And welcome back to the second half of action here. Putnam City High School Sports. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson here on PPBC TV. And tonight's game of the week is brought to you by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics here on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 as the Pirates kick off the second half to the Millers, who trail on a nice open field tackle. Number 25 for the Pirates, hanging on for the ride, Dom Williams, a senior, 5'9", 155-pound DB, says, "Looky what I found," on the directional kick as we get things started here. Update from Norman in the fourth quarter of play. The Sooners all over Temple, 37-3 on the debut, SEC debut for the Sooners. And they've been clicking on all cylinders here. Tonight's game, a little different. Defensive battle, if you will, as both defenses have scored. And the special teams of the Pirates have put points up. The offense for the Pirates has put points up. The Millers offense has been stagnant, and they trail by 7 here, 16-9. As the defense, again, the aforementioned defense, and Braden Knox for the Pirates in on to disrupt as there's a loss on the play of 2 yards.
John Sheffy getting a piece of that as well.
A lot of names being called here on this defense for the Pirates, and you heard the halftime interview as Dr. Dick Balanceford called most of these names and numbers, showing that there is a deep roster here for Coach Willis Alexander. Nothing but high praise for Coach Alexander from the district boss, and you want that if you are one of the subordinates in the district. Second down, and quarterback Creech is running for his life again. A shoestring tackle. It's just as he crosses the line of scrimmage. And so even when the defense breaks down, the second wave comes through. The bigs go push, and the backs, DBs, linebackers are playing assignment football, and Creech has been running around. A slow developing routes he's been looking for. I would think as the DC or the OC, I would probably call some quick hitters. You know, they try to get the ball to the edges, and the Pirates have been there ready for that as they move things around here. Number 6 in single coverage for the Pirates as we have a man look on the outside edges. And again, Creech at quarterback. There's a snap, and he's under duress again, gets the ball out. There's a man wide open. Number 7 somehow was a recipient. He's going to be run down out of near the 20-yard line down to the 15. And so there's a long down the field play as Creech had some time there to get the ball out to number 7 for the Millers. That's the person of Brayton Weaver. Is that right? Yep, Brayton Weaver, number 7. And so there's some life in that offense of the Millers. Coach Barnes had some words to say for them at the half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Millers, who have that big playability showed up for them on that drive or that play.
In their position, they got to capitalize off a big busting coverage.
The big man around the outside edge, he's got the outside, strike up the band. Touchdown, Millers. So the quick hitter and then the big guy takes it around the outside edge, number 14 for the Millers. We called his name a lot of the night, Destry Lujan, who had to run earlier in the first half and fumble. He gets paid off this time getting into the end zone. And now the Millers offense is clicking here after the break. And now they trail by 1 as the extra point is upcoming.
All right, definitely finding some flow there. They get the big pass to go, and they get in the red zone, and they stick with the run, what they've been trying to do this whole game. A strong run. That big guy, Destry Lujan, is not small by any measure.
The kick is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, we're tied up again. 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter of the play. And the Millers offense comes out of the halftime break and puts 7 on the board just like that. We're tied up at 16 here at Putnam City High School. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Putnam City High School Game of the Week, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back after a break. And welcome back to Putnam City High School here on this Game of the Week, sponsored by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson here on the call tonight from Putnam City High School as the Putnam City Pirates face the Yukon Millers. We're all tied up. There's a deep onside kick. It takes a bounce, and it's recovered by the Pirates at the 35-yard line. So well-executed kick by the Millers to minimize any return by the Pirates, as the return game for the Pirates has worked well. They've scored on a kick, punt to the end zone, and then one that went to the end zone that came back after roughing the kicker call in the first half. So the Millers execute the game plan to perfection, put 7 on the board to tie this thing up at 16, 9 minutes, 48 seconds. It is time now for the Pirates to come back out. Lombard at quarterback for the Pirates, and we've had a 2-quarterback system tonight for them, as there's some movement on the right side of the line for the Pirates. It'll result in a 5-yard penalty and 1st and 15. So similar to the way we started the first quarter, the first drive of the first quarter for the Pirates, they went back 5 yards and then were sacked and faced a 2nd and 16. Right now it's a 1st and 15. We've got trips to the near side, single receiver out, single back, quarterback shotgun formation in the pistol formation. Lombard calls for the snap. It's a high snap, quick drop, boom, throws the ball out, and it is a short pass intended for number 9, Boyd, incomplete. A screen, if you will. And I don't know why the officials moved the ball to this side. It's an incomplete pass. But nonetheless, 2nd down, 15. And so if you're the Pirates, you want to answer. You had some momentum coming into the half, going into the half. You don't want the Millers to think they have a chance here. Lombard again, outside Sloan gets bottled up there in the backfield. Maybe a pickup of 1, just call it 1 yard. Be 3rd down, 14. So right now, the 5-yard penalty is very significant, as the Millers now are showing life. And a 3-man front, they're guarding the sticks as the linebackers are drawn back nearly 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're baiting the Pirates to complete in front of them, and they'll tackle, hopefully. We'll see what happens here.
Right, it seemed to work for them in the first half when they tried the same philosophy on 3rd and long.
I'm going quarterback draw. That's just me. And there's a flag on the play, delay of game, as the Pirates find themselves deeper in a hole.
We'll take a quick break as well. When we come back, it's 3rd and long here on DRF Sports.
So after the mark-off, it'll be 3rd down and forever for the Pirates. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Lombard at quarterback for the Pirates. A prevent defense for the Millers, a high snap, and it's a run, draw right up the middle. Sloan runs over a would-be tackler, gets back just inside the original line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 9 upcoming, and the decision has been made. The punt team comes on to the field. And so I could have been the coach on that play. I called a quarterback draw. He just gave it to the running back.
True.
Just shows you I know a little bit about football.
Hey, Pascal even caught that onside kick. Think you know a thing or two.
You know, the 3 of us probably could be a head coach somewhere. I mean, Little League, I think Charles Thompson has some openings over in his league. Shout out to Charles Thompson and Little League football here in the metropolitan area.
He's had some history of winning, so.
He does. I'm sure he's in Norman tonight. There's the punt. A good punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers. There's a flag. And it looks like number 22 has said or done something that back judge Gordon Nelson didn't like.
Maybe it was that jump right there at the end when he let up.
Well, he watched him. It was something else. It was way after everything else occurred. So that'll be a 15-yard mark-off. Looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And it'll be a 15-yard mark-off. And so that helps the Miller offense as that puts them in positive yards across the 40, near the 45-yard line.
I mean, these penalties are really stacking up and hurting the Pirates right here in the second half.
And so that turns the field position, flips the field, if you will, for the Millers, who now have the ball at the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line, just shy of half midfield. And so now where you had 15 extra yards to work with, you find yourself with a shorter field. And they've been here before. And so following the touchdown in the last possession by the Millers, we'll see if they can keep that energy, that same energy going here, as maybe they found some life. 1st and 10, Millers. Referee Kamasi Ford chops the clock, says let's get it on. 7:26 remaining in the third quarter. Quarterback draw. There's a hold. Call that one. And Creech falls forward for about 3-yard gain. However, there was a holding penalty, as I could see that with my naked eye. And so there'll be a 10-yard mark-off. And so they'll get part of that 15 back. And that'll make it 1st and 20. As the officials confer, and we'll go 10 yards backwards. Holding.
And that's really been the story here for the Millers so far throughout the duration of this game. I mean, they find success, and then penalties just knock them right back down to earth.
Yeah, and you can't get any cohesion if you can't seam plays together, string plays together. You're still working to get back what you already had as flags flag in. Stand by. It's flag day as additional laundry on the line. So we've gone from 1st and 10 to 1st and 25. And there aren't very many 25-yard plays in the playbook. If by happenstance you should be successful and get that, it's a breakdown somewhere.
Right. One thing we've seen, though, is Yukon capitalized on every mistake Putnam City has made. They took the interception back and have recovered some fumbles as well.
So not the cleanest of games tonight, as we've seen turnovers on both sides, safeties on both sides, penalties on both sides. And these coaches will work to get this thing cleaned up. We see the defense of Putnam City has risen to the occasion, as they do here on a short game. And so the takeaways thus far for the Putnam City defense, if we were grading them out right now, I would give them an A, a strong A. They've had a breakdown where they had some free runners, but they bounced back. They maintained. Those breakdowns have been far and few in between. Haven't seen very many defensive penalties against them. We had a one pass interference that eventually turned into a turnover, but it didn't hurt them. They were able to recover from that. This group looks like they've been together for a while. Creech pumps and tucks and looks to escape, throws the ball across the middle, high, nearly intercepted. Michael Ford had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. And so just like we talked about, this defense, man, this defense.
Got to be careful when you put that ball in play.
This is gonna be a strong statement, Jamin. This is gonna be a very strong statement. This is the best defense we've seen this year.
I have to agree.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hands down. This is the best defense we've seen this year. This is game one for us, too. But this is the best defense we've seen this year. And so it's good to see. It's refreshing. If you're a defensive-minded guy, I mean, we go to games to see points scored. I mean, when I go to baseball games, I don't want to see pitchers strike out 27 people.
Right.
I want to see runs. When you come to games, defense is good. I mean, but we've had offense on both sides, and this is the game. This is the game you want to see. When I did my pregame work, I'm looking at the records: 5-7, 1-9. statistically, this should be no contest. And as I was walking in talking to the district athletic director or the site coordinator, Jared Gatz, we talked about high expectations and 1-9 and 5-7. I said, so this will be a nail biter tonight, huh? And lo and behold, we're in a nail biter. Creature's pass complete in the flats on a quick pass. Goes for about 5 yards maybe, but it's third down and forever again. And looking on the scoreboard now, it's 3rd and 25. And so still some work to be done. And now, so you start trying to make this manageable where you can flip the field. Because, again, this is where they would have been originally. Then we had the 15-yard penalty that brought them up inside the 40 or the 44-yard line. And then self-inflicted penalties and miscues pushes them back to where they were originally. High snap, Creek throws a quick screen, and that's sniffed out well by the Pirates as it goes for minimal yards, maybe 5-yard pickup. And that's going to bring up 4th down and forever. Still 4th down and 17, 18 yards to go. So, again, the Pirate defense shows up, and the dangerous returner, Osborne, is back near the 35-yard line. And we know what he can do if he gets his hands on the ball and has an opportunity. With or without space, he has the opportunity. There's a chance for him to take this ball back, and we'll see what happens. Directionally punt it out of bounds. Just don't let him beat you.
Right, he has all the confidence in the world, and I really don't doubt that he's going to take every punt back that comes his way.
Well, he's shown that tonight twice. He's able to do that. As there's the punt. There's a quick punt, and am I the coach? Because the punter says he punts it out of bounds, nowhere near the would-be returner. And it goes out of bounds kind of short, too. So we're still looking to mark it. And it barely got past the line of scrimmage. So at the 50-yard line, and that's what dangerous returners do. They force you to make decisions. They force you to directionally punt or whatever the case may be. And so this directional punt gives the Pirates the ball at the 50-yard line. And so that's only a net loss of 4 yards, because it was the original line of scrimmage was the 44 and they got it at the 50. Or it was the 46 and they got it at the 50. That's a net yard of 4 yards. So 1st and 10 Pirates. Lombard at quarterback, trips to the near side of the field. Single back Sloan looks to exploit the right side of the line, and Miller's defense stands up there. Pick up a 1 yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Hats off to the Miller's defense, the interior defense. There's a hurt down player on the field for the Pirates, and we're looking to get that information as to who that is, one of the big guys up front. And so we're looking as the attendants come out with him. We'll take a quick break, come back, and give you that information on the other side. You're listening to Putnam City High School football, Putnam City Schools football, exclusively on 105.3 Oklahoma City Sports Radio, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. And welcome back to the broadcast as number 58, Solomon McGlory, is escorted off the field by the training staff, and it appears to be a leg injury of some sort. And we'll get more information to you as we can. Here's second down 9 upcoming for the Pirates. Trips to the near side, a high snap. Lombard takes 3 steps, booms, throws it to the backhand, and it's nearly intercepted, intended for number 9, as the pass was behind him. Boyd, if he had gotten both hands on that, that was going to be could have gone for a while.
Right, dialed up a good play, good opportunity. Just got to be a little more precise with his ball placement.
Yeah, placement right there is crucial, especially in that area of the field where the DBs are in close coordination, or coordinates. Close coordinates is what I want to say. Close coordinates. Yes, that means they're right there. Trips
Say that
again,
5 times fast.
5 times fast. Trips to the near side, a option play, and there's a flag on the play, and that's not going anywhere as Roderick Sloan, Lujan on the play defensively, as he scored a touchdown earlier. Now on the defensive side, there's a holding penalty on the Pirates as well. And so Coach Barnes has some decisions to make here. Does he take the penalty or the result of the play? And the result of the play is a loss. It'll bring up 4th and about 10. Or does he want 3rd and 19? Penalties decline. So it'll be 4th and 11 upcoming. And the special teams unit for the Pirates comes onto the field on this 4th down and 11. So again, the Miller defense has showed themselves here, and forced another punt, as this is similar to what we saw in the first half of play. Back and forth type football. As a broadcaster, I mean, you think this is what you want. You want a competitive game. You want to be able to broadcast close quarters here, as we've got some type of stoppage on the play as the Millers have taken a timeout with 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Putnam City High School football, sponsored by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. And welcome back inside the broadcast. It's 4th and 11. The punt, a low punt, and an end-over-end punt that checks up at around the 30-yard line as the Pirates are looking to push. It would be Miller's, and that should get a flag right there, as we've got a little extracurricular activity after the play. But I want to talk about that specifically, what we saw right there, Jamin. That's heads up by the Putnam City Pirates to take and try to push the Miller player, who was too close to the ball, into the ball for first touching, and now they can pick up the ball. I mean, that's just those little intangibles, you know, the headsy, the IQ of the players to be able to, you know, come up. I mean, when I played football, we didn't think about stuff like that.
I certainly didn't.
No, we played on a field with grass, and we pick up dirt and throw it in your eyes and just have some type of advantage. But that was it. I mean, today these players are smarter and more intelligent, and hats off to the student athletes. A high snap to the middle, and there's running room for the Millers. And I don't know if that's Luan again, but he's had a good night running. And the ball carrier there, number 3 for the Millers, Logan McKenzie. on a good first down run, a pick up of 5 on the play, and that brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Millers, who have had some success this second half on offense. There's the snap again. Creech throws the ball quickly out to the flat. There's a blocker out. Makes one man miss, and there's a first down. And that play, that bubble extension of the run game, slows down the pass rush, gets the ball on the edge, and they're able to convert. And 2 plays, it's a first down 10 for the Millers.
All right, trying to pick up the pace a little bit, try to keep the defense kind of on their heels.
Update from Norman. The Sooners in the fourth quarter lead 44-3 over Temple. So a successful SEC debut for the Oklahoma Sooners thus far. Another run play up the middle for the Millers, stopped by the interior line of the defense of the Pirates. Number 3 again, Logan McKenzie, the ball carrier. Pick up about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down 7 upcoming for the Millers. So a mix of run and pass by the Millers in this second half, and they've evened the score, and their offense has had the better of the halftime break, the benefit of the halftime break. There's a snap. Creech looks over the middle, throws it, and it's intercepted. A one-handed interception by number 17, John Sheffley, a senior, 5'11", 205-pound middle linebacker who just stuck his mitts up and took the ball. And it'll be first down Pirates. And again, the defense has shown up for the Pirates.
Right, he's manning down the middle of the defense. Does a great job staying on his man, staying in alert, just being in the right spot at the right time.
Head on a swivel, waits for his man to look back for the football. Boom, he's there, puts his mitts on it, goes to the ground, gets the ball to the offense. 1st and 10, quarterback change. Nope, is that Lombard or is that?
Still Lombard.
Lombard, the quarterback. Lombard looks deep across the middle, throws the ball high, incomplete, just off the hands of the would-be receiver.
Michael Ford.
Michael Ford going both ways. He's channeling his inner Travis Hunter tonight, as he's done well on the defensive side, had an opportunity to make a play for his team offensively just off his fingertips. 2nd and 10.
Give credit where credit is due. Daniel Yebbett for the Yukon Millers playing that tight.
Was draped all over the would-be receiver. Single coverage again out for Michael Ford. Boom. Just this time the quarterback goes the other way. Boyd, the recipient of the pass.
Pirates finding success getting the ball in between the hashes.
I think he dropped it.
Oh, man.
3rd down, 10. Same formation, same look for the Pirates. And so should have 2 off on this side, and we do. The indication here. Trips to the near side. Single receiver, Michael Ford up top, man coverage. Boom, looks at the go route. Cuts it off slant. Boom, there this time. And can't hold on to it as he was there. As the Millers are saying this is the no-fly zone. And incomplete pass. 3 incomplete passes, good passes, I should say, just off the fingertips of the would-be receivers. And after the turnover, no movement by the Pirates, and so they forced another punt. So, again, the Miller defense rises to the occasion. And so as an official, I would be sitting here saying to myself, there's a potential we could have the O word.
Would not doubt that a bit.
And so we never say it while we're on the field. We just know it. And there's the punt. A good punt across the middle. Fair catch. Called for at the 19-yard line. Number 6, Lucas Jones, the recipient of the punt, sets up his team deep in their own territory. He'll move the ball out to the 20 as it was fielded between the 19 and the 20, and all the benefit of the doubt goes to the offense. So 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, as the game has gone stagnant again, with no one clearly imposing their will. And speaking of imposing their will, OU now leads 51-3 over Temple. A successful debut, I should say, for the new look, revamped SEC participant Sooners. Creech, the backfield, hands off to the running back, and that's in the form of number 3, Logan McKenzie again. And so there's been a committee of running backs, McKenzie and Luan, who've handled most of the running duties tonight for the Millers and have had some success. Creech has been at quarterback all night for the Millers as the Pirates have had one change. Low snap, Creech retreats, looks out to the left, throws the ball deep, and the ball holds up in the air, and it is caught. Nope, not caught. The receiver is selling it, but the official says no. So it'll be second down. Oh, wait, the chains are moving, and I don't know what we're doing. And this is a – okay. So the box man moved, and he was the only one that moved. The referee stayed in the same position. So it'll be second down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Right, would have been a great opportunity for these Yukon Millers.
That was he sold it. However, no one bought it.
He almost fooled me.
It's final in Norman, 51-3, the final score, as Oklahoma, number 16 Oklahoma Sooners defeat Temple 51-3. So a successful outing for the Sooners. Good look for the defense, and they're on to week 2.
To the Houston Cougars.
Let me bring that back. They got there at the 2-minute warning. That's a new rule here, as the officials are conferring here at Putnam City Stadium. 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. And a slow pace tonight. Third down. Coach Barnes is not happy about something that's happening on the sideline. And he's letting the near official know all about it. Third down upcoming. Substitutions into the game for the Millers. Number 9, Diaz. Alex Tier, number 17, to the sideline. Twins left and right. Quarterback, deep to the near side. Pass, broken up. Number 1, Elijah Ashbury in coverage.
All right, quarterback telegraphed that. It's a good job reading him by Elijah Ashbury. He breaks on it quick for the PBU.
Had some decisions to make. Do I try to intercept this and it gets through and the guy runs down the sideline, or just break it up? I saw what you did there, that PBU. Not to be confused with a PBJ.
Hey, I've been playing that college football 25, man. 24, excuse me.
Better you than me.
You didn't see me. You didn't see the losses I took, man.
Man, how do you turn the thing on? That's where I am. A low punt. Again, this special teams, this return guy, has the Millers rethinking their punt. The punter now kicks the top of the ball to flip it over end, taking the flight out of the ball to take away any return ability for the Pirates.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't fool me again.
We got to say it in Texas like that. It goes like this. Fool me once, shame on you. Well, you can't fool me again. You know, that's one of them old songs. But I remember when it happened in real life. H.W. Bush. But back to reality. 1:26 remaining in the third quarter of play. Yes, you heard me. The third quarter of play. We are 2 minutes 2 hours and 28 minutes into this game. Jet sweep. Michael Ford is brought down in the backfield. That's the first time we've seen the Jet tonight, and the Jet didn't get off the ground. A loss of 7 on the yard on that play.
Rocco Johnson coming off the line, he read that all the way.
Johnson not fooled by that. He played assignment football, and you got to set that up. You got to do something before that. You got to run that. You don't just gonna come out of there without testing the waters. You got to see what they're gonna move and all that. And the Millers didn't bite on it, and so it'll be 2nd down and 17. Lombard, boom, and there's a stoppage, false start, and so now it's 2nd down and 22. So after the ball is placed, 2nd down, 22 yards to go. Cover 2 defense.
And the ball comes loose.
There's a fumble on the play, and the referees are saying it's Miller ball. It's Miller time. So another fumble, and the defense now is backed up against their own end zone. And the Millers have had some success on offense here this half as they've scored once, moved the ball some, but they've gone backwards as well as the Pirate offense is stumbling and missing on several cylinders. They've given the ball back to the Millers here deep in the Pirate territory at the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 in the, not necessarily the red zone, but inside of the 30, the attack zone. We'll go with that. How about that?
Sounds good.
This would be the landing zone if we were doing NFL. High snap, Creech rides him.
Gets a little block from his quarterback.
Yeah, Luan there on the run as the big man has had some success on the edges. And he picks up about 7 on that play. A nice open field tackle by the Pirate corner as the Millers come up to the line of scrimmage again, looking to get another playoff before the end of the quarter here. They go hurriedly. And there's a snap again to Luan. Boom up the middle and trip Alexander along for the ride. But Luan keeps pushing forward, and that's going to be 1st down yardage with 2 seconds remaining. There's a stoppage on the clock as the chains are reset, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter as the Millers have elected to go talk to the coach. They put 4 fingers in the air, and the ball is set. The clock is running, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter, and we're all tied up at 16 here at Putnam City High School Stadium on this opening Friday of high school football featuring the Pirates and the Millers. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson, thank you for being along with us. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Putnam City High School football, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. Welcome back at the Putnam City Stadium here. Start of the fourth quarter. All tied up. Pirates 16, Yukon Millers 16. First and 10 for the Pirates. Quarterback up the middle to Lujan. And the big man gets positive yardage. Let's see where they're marking. Pick up about 4 yards on the play, maybe at the 11. Waiting for the marker. And that's going to be set down at the 11 and a half. So 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. Lujan again, a quick throw it out to the outside edge, and the Pirates are there for that. That one didn't fool anybody as they faked the ball up the middle and threw to the tight end to the near side. And that's going to be a loss on the play. 3rd down, 10 upcoming.
It was a good job by the Pirate defense, keeping outside containment. And that was Gabriel Osborne contributing on the defensive end of the football.
Good eye discipline there. Don't be fooled by the fake. Stay with your responsibilities. Get to where you're supposed to be and play assignment football. Do your 1/11th. 3rd down, 10. Pirates can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. Correction, Millers. Deep snap, boom. Knocks in chase of, takes off. The quarterback takes off and gets out to about 7. Carter Creech with Knox in his face as the field goal unit now trots out onto the field. And so the Millers are looking to turn the turnover into points here via the leg of the kicker. And we'll get a number for the kicker here as quickly as we possibly can. And right now, number 9 is the kicker. Diaz. From the 15-yard line, a 25-yard kick. The kick is up. And right down the middle, right down Broadway. 9 minutes, 56 seconds remaining, and the Yukon Millers take the lead 19-16 over the home team, the Putnam City Pirates. We'll take a quick break, come back on the other side. You're listening to Putnam City School Sports on Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back on the other side. Welcome back inside this broadcast booth. 9 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in regulation. Let me say it that way. And there's the kick after the field goal. Now the Millers lead 19-16 as the ball is still rolling around. Picked up on the bounce. Makes one man miss, still on his feet. And gets drugged down just outside of the 25-yard line. That's number 10, Osborne. He did his best to get something positive after that, after the ball bounced around for a while.
Right, he has such great speed, which allows him some creativity and buys him more time than most would, but that's a good job staying in the lanes by the Millers.
Good assignment football. Just keep contained, push him to the edges, and backside help come around and get him corralled. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Lombard at quarterback, the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Pirates trailing by 3, 9:50 remaining. Sloan takes the handoff, picks up a few yards on the play. 2nd down, 7. Pick up 3 yards. So the Pirates content to continue to run the football. Lombard. And just as I said that, Lombard gets outside. He's got the room, runs towards the sticks, out of bounds. It'll be a 1st and 10 on the pickup. James was running wide open in the deep backfield for the defensive backfield, I should say, for the Pirates. The quarterback just didn't have time to get the ball to him. 1st and 10. Sloan inside. There's a flag on the play, as they're still pushing the pile. However, the hanky is already on the ground, and that's holding against the Pirates. They'll take them back 10 yards.
Right, not what the Pirates want.
Not what the doctor ordered right there. So it'll be 1st and 19, as the holding penalty was beyond the line of scrimmage. 1st down, 19. Nine minutes, clock running. Lombard gets the play. Hands the ball off to Sloan again around the right side. He cuts back, makes a man miss, picks up 10 yards on the play. 2nd down and 9.
It's a good job making up for that penalty there, getting it close to that original line of scrimmage.
NASCAR offense going for the Pirates have been in a no huddle all night. This time they're going for pace. High snap again. Sloan bounces to the outside. He's got room. Corner comes up, makes him miss. He's still outside the sticks. And see, he runs out of bounds just short of the 1st down. He's 2nd down and short. Correction. 2nd down by my indication. We've got 3rd down and 3rd down on the indicators.
3rd manageable.
Sloan again.
Who picked it up?
Oh,
No other than Destry Lohan.
Destry Lawn. That's 41. That's what you got, Destry Lawn?
Destry Lohan, number 14.
That's 41. Michael Johnson.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know what I'm seeing.
I'm dyslexic myself. And is there 41 out there? I see 14. Well, we'll give it to Destry. Luan. He's helped his team on both sides of the ball tonight. He's scored a touchdown and now leading as a Mike linebacker. He's got the Mike linebacker build, too.
Does he have a cowboy collar on, or am I tripping? He's got something.
He's got something on, and I've left my big glasses at home. But he's got something going on. No, not to hyperextend his neck.
Yeah, you see a player with that, you definitely want to run in the other direction.
Absolutely. The punt taken after a bounce at the 15. He might have outkicked his coverage there, and the ball may have come loose as there's a scrum on the ground, but the official in the person of Gordon Nelson says he was down. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers, who are leading with 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. They're 1st and 10 to the 22-yard line. And now it's possession-type football, clock management, and all the stuff that goes with that to get to the victory formation. And so as I'm ear hustling to the broadcast booth just next to us, not going to bar his line. It's who wants it the most now. Will the defense stand up and rise to the occasion? Will the Millers, are they going to be able to squeak out a win here tonight after going 1-9 last year? Match their win total from the previous season? Or will it be the second round defense of the second round team in the playoffs from last year? High snap, Creech is running for his life out there, and the defense corrals him in, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard. But that high snap, that play was doomed as Knox was breathing down, coming straight down Broadway after him.
Well, one thing we do know prior to this game is the one game that the Millers did pull out last year was against Stillwater, and Stillwater ended up being in the state final. They lost by 2 to Muskogee, so they definitely don't step down when the stakes get high.
Yeah, a rising tide raises all ships, and we'll see here. And that's one thing to be able to say. We lost to everybody but you that year. Blitz package coming. Creech looks, pumps, throws the ball up in the air, and underthrows the intended receiver as the blitz package was dialed up by this Pirate defense. As Coach Willis Alexander and his crew were saying, hey, listen, we got to put some pressure on this quarterback, and let's bring it up the middle this time. Third down 9. Millers. And it's essentially that pass play stops the clock to give the advantage to the defense. And the runs that the Millers have had tonight have not been for great gains other than the 14-yard scamper into the end zone. Quarterback deep. He's under pressure. Knox throws across the middle. And we're looking now. Did he catch it?
He might have reeled that one in.
And the officials are saying first down.
Tough catch there.
He went to work there.
Yep, going right into traffic.
Yeah, simultaneous catch goes to the offense. So we may have had a simultaneous catch. I don't know. 1st and 10. Nonetheless, it's big for the Millers who are moving the clock, moving the chains and the clock.
All right, they've been chipping at it all game. Their last possession, they found a way to get in the end zone, see if they continue to ride that wave.
Base defense for the Pirates. Quarterback around the outside edge, still on his feet, makes a man miss, knocked out of bounds across the 50-yard line, and he gives the symbolic point for the first down.
Carter Creech is showing some life, bringing some juice to that Miller sideline.
So this time they used the speed against the Pirates, who came up the middle. Quarterback got around the outside edge on the right side and was able to find some running room. Takes the ball across half midfield. However, he ran out of bounds. Stops the clock again.
Potentially leaving the Pirates some time.
1st and 10. So the defense jumps, and it'll be offside, so it'll be 1st and 5. And so now if I'm the Millers, I'm thinking 1st and 5, take a shot to the end zone. Stretch the field.
All right, good opportunity to do so. For this Pirate defense, you've got to play your most disciplined football at this point in the game.
Twins to the near side, single receiver up top, man coverage. And there's a fumble, and it's recovered by the quarterback. A misplaced handoff here, and just miscommunication between the back and the quarterback, and it cost the Millers 3 yards. So 2nd down, 8. Clock running, 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in regulation, as the Millers are looking to run out the clock or score and run out the clock. 7 seconds on the play clock. Creech handoff to up the middle to Logan McKenzie. Gets positive yards for the Millers. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.5. So, is it the offense? Is it the defense? Who rises to the occasion here on this big play as Coach Alexander is looking at the scoreboard, noticing that 3 timeouts remaining? Who holds here?
Bringing it all in the box for the defense. Need a timeout.
Coach Alexander takes that timeout. And that is one of his 3 timeouts remaining. And so now you're saying, hey, we're all out. We're all in on this 3rd down play, converting. We've taken one of those precious timeouts. We're going to talk about this. And we've got a hold right here. We've taken one of our timeouts, so we don't have that to work with anymore. We don't get the 2-minute warning in high school football. We're selling out right here to make a stop. It's best on best. You've been talking how good you are. You've put it in print format. We've been talking about it. How good are you? And so are you good enough to go out here and turn this game around for your team? That's the conversation that's being had right here. The DBs, the no-fly zone, boom. If it's the Millers, I know it's got to be a run play. It's got to be. Look them to hand the ball off to the big guy, number 14. And if he gets the first down, we're good. We're minimizing the opportunities for mistakes and turnovers with a simple quarterback handoff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quarterback draw. I wouldn't be surprised that a quarterback follows a fullback lead around the outside edge, something like that, just to minimize the mistake ability. Well, the opportunity for a mistake. Let me say it that way.
All right, the Pirates got to be good at getting off of blocks and flowing to the ball here. Mm-hmm. This is a real test here, and this is going to prove a lot about this defense and how they're going to go throughout the season.
Heavy package in the backfield. This is a run play all the way. And there's a miscommunication on the handoff, and the running back bounces into his hand and looks like he may have the conversion. And so everything was going Pirate way, and the ball luckily bounced into the hands of the big guy, Destry Luan. He gathered it in his midst and got the first down. 1st and 10, Millers on a busted play at the 39-yard line.
And you talked about in the first half leaders. They need a leader to rally this team together and just go out there and make smart, sound plays. And he's been putting the team on his back so far the second half.
Yeah, who's the guy? Yeah, it's Destry. And so we've got to find a player of the game. I mean, I've got it in mind for already, but we'll see how that turns out, how that comes about. So now the Millers in no hurry, 15 on the play clock, 14 on the game clock. There's number 3 up the middle, looks to get to the end zone, breaks a tackle at the 14, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Millers. Logan McKenzie into the end zone. Touchdown, Millers. 3:56 remaining. Touchdown, Millers.
Dialed up that zone run. Tight end comes over and blocks the edge. Number 3, Logan McKenzie gets a big gap. He shows the speed. He sheds off a couple tacklers. They run into each other, and then it's just all grass to the end zone.
Logan McKenzie with reservations for 6. Garçon, table for 6, please. Touchdown, Millers. Looking to go up 10. Did you get that? Garçon. That's French for the guy that has the tables. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:56 as a hush comes over the stadium on the Putnam City side of the stadium. 3:56, the Pirates trail 26-10.
Right, and both teams have had their struggles on offense, but the Yukon Millers, they finally come together and put together 2 good drives back-to-back and get in the end zone to go up 10 late here in this 4th quarter.
All the points in the second half are on the Miller side. 17 unanswered points. After trailing at halftime, they put up 17 unanswered. 16-9 was the score at halftime. The Pirates are flying high, feeling good about themselves. The Millers just have quietly come out and chipped away at the momentum, at the mindset, at the scoreboard, and of the game. Coach Barnes, hats off to him and his team for the preparation tonight. I'm not going to say this was a case of reading your own press, but if we go back one play, the play on third down, the missed snap opportunity, and how it was fumbled, throws off the timing of the would-be tacklers, and Destry is able to squeak through for the first down, turn things around. They make a play right there. The Pirates make a play right there. It's a whole different. We're having a whole different set of conversation as some of the Pirate faithful are now starting to file out of the stadium here with 3 minutes and 56 seconds remaining.
Right, still a little bit of game left, but hats off to the Yukon Millers staying together, just coming out here and trying to make a statement after the season they had last year.
A band of brothers. It's a high kick to the sideline. It checks up and goes back inbounds and now out of bounds, and I think we should have a flag on that play. It was last touched or untouched out of bounds by the kicking team as I saw it, but the officiating crew did not see it that way, and so it will be 1st and 10 Pirates who need a quick score, a quick stop, and a quick score. Everything has to be quick. Twins to the far side of the field, Gabriel Osborne, the kick returner. And so we've got quicks on the outside here as the cover two defense here for the Millers. Base, 8 men back, sending 3 rushers. Pass thrown and nearly intercepted. Nearly picked off by the Millers on an errant pass by Lombard. And I'm looking on the sideline as we had a quarterback change earlier in the game in the person of Denham Friday. I don't see him.
Standing by his offensive coordinator, helping get the signals out.
Pressure up the middle. Lombard escapes the pressure and uses his own legs.
Loses his hat.
He's got to come out of the game now. And so there's Denham James into the game. Denham Friday, I'm sorry. He's into the game now after the quarterback has to exit the game as he lost his helmet. Clock running, 3:25 remaining. Friday came in before and threw a slant for a touchdown in the first half. Need some of that similar magic. Over the middle again, throws the same pass, underthrown. Looking for Savion James. 4th down upcoming, 4th and 6. A long 6, short 7, as I see it. Lombard comes back into the game. So it all comes down to this for the Pirates. 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. And they have an opportunity here to extend the game or turn the ball over on downs. 4th and 5. Lombard throws the ball out to the far side. Pass incomplete. Intended for number 28. Shamarcus Brown. Incomplete. Ball goes over on down. A TOD. And so the Pirate offense has been blanked the second half.
And the Yukon defense delivers.
So here we go. 3 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. The Millers come back out on offense. And so the defense is going to have to do something here, or this will not be a successful debut tonight. The Millers from Yukon have come into Pirate Land. And right now, Knox on the stop, number 3, the ball carrier. Logan McKenzie Knox has played a great game tonight defensively for the Pirates. No gain on the play. Maybe a loss of a half a yard. Second down, 11. 2:30 on the clock. 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. Miller's in no hurry here. Snap at 7, and there's movement. Never got into the neutral zone, the timeout taken by the Millers. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Well, Jamin, we've seen a defensive struggle turn into an offensive struggle. We've seen miscues tonight, as to be expected on week 1. The Pirates clearly riding the emotional high coming into the game, and the Millers have somehow prevailed in the second half of this contest.
Right. One thing they showed was promising that first half, but you got to come out in that second half with the same intensity, same play style, and they've had some mistakes they just couldn't overcome.
Effort and energy. You can always give effort. You can always give energy. And tonight, the Millers have out-efforted and energized the Pirates. And so that's the tale of the tape tonight here thus far. However, there are still 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in a marathon game, I might add, as we are at the 10 o'clock hour here, 3 hours into this game tonight, and we're still not done. Tonight's game brought to you by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics here on Oklahoma OKC Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. Dwayne Doolittle, Jamin Dawson on the call here. There's the snap. Creech retreats, comes back, runs around in circles, holds onto the ball, still running in the backfield, and finally taken down. And he looks like he may be hurt, or he's just corralling the football, and gets up a little gimpy. However, a loss of 5 on the play, and the Pirates will take another timeout with 1 remaining here, 1 minute and 59 seconds remaining. And so that's a headsy play by the quarterback. He could have thrown it away, but he knows that would have stopped the clock, and he wants to make sure that the Pirates take one of their remaining timeouts, as they've had to do here. And they're down to 1 timeout remaining, trailing by 10, and looking for Pirate magic, if there is such a thing, to happen here in the waning seconds. And so, knowing Coach Alexander the way I do, he's going to take this on the chin, but he's not going to be defeated by this. And it can serve as an early season wake-up call.
Absolutely.
As these games, again, as we talked about earlier in the opening, this game is a cash cow, if you will. It does not count towards district ratings or any of that. It's simply a game to see where you are. It's an opening night game. It's alumni night, or whatever the case it may be. It's just one of those. It's one of your preseason or non-conference games, non-district games, I should say, because we don't play conference anymore. Non-district games to see where you are, and it's a test, a litmus test to see if you pass the eye test. But it could also serve as a wake-up call to his senior led team, as Creech calls his own number again. He's scampering around as Barnes is using the quarterback to use his legs to minimize any potential turnovers. And we've got the last timeout taken now by the Pirates. And this gamesmanship, if you will, is paid off, as it'll be 4th down. But the Pirates are without timeouts, and a punt potentially coming here.
Right, and I've quoted listening to an interview from Braden Knox. He mentions that we're beating ourselves this year. If we're able to clean up some of those mistakes and just capitalize on those opportunities, everything that they want is in front of them. So This will definitely be motivation for them going into next week and throughout the rest of the season.
And yeah, it's nothing like a slap in the face to get your attention. It's like that cold shower. It's like stepping on a cold floor in the morning in the wintertime. It's like that pinky toe that hits the edge of the coffee table. It just stings, but it gets your attention. And so this will be an attention-getting night for the Pirates. They'll go back to work. We'll find out where they are next week, but certainly they've got some work to do. I know they are on the road next week. We'll have that information for you as quickly as we possibly can. We will be back here next week at PC Stadium. Let's see, we'll have that information for you as well as we come up with the schedule for next week, which will be September 6th. It's Putnam City West at West. And so we'll see these same Pirates facing their crosstown rivals in the form of PC West. And that's going to be a homegoing for Coach Alexander, who was the former coach at West, against Greg Johnson, his former college coach. The punt, kicked out of bounds, again, away from the potential returner. And I love the way the coaching staff from the Millers have made the adjustments as they saw 2 punts taken to the house. And the special teams coach said, no more of that. Kick it out of bounds. We'll just play defense.
Right. Every adjustment they've made, like you mentioned, on special teams and on offense as well, has really paid dividends in the second half.
And so that's the key. Who makes the best adjustments coming in? You know, we've just got records and we've got schemes, we got video we've seen. But what adjustments do you make? What in-game adjustments do you make to defeat whatever that is they're doing well? And so one of those things that the Millers have done is they've taken away the special teams play in the form of the return man, Osborne. Lombard looks deep, steps up in the pocket, flushed, runs up, scrambles out near the 30-yard line, short of the first down. Clock still running, 1:35 on the clock. A long route that takes a slow developing route as the receivers now are looking to get into their proper position. 1:25 on the clock. Lombard still giving information to the lineman. Calls for the snap. Boom, looks left, throws left. Quick pass, caught, still on his feet, still running after the 40. 35, 30, down inside the 30-yard line. The clock will stop, and that's one of the speedsters, Osborne, who has burned this team for the punt returns, able to get him into space, and he is quick and fast. 107, it's a first down for the Pirates inside the 30 at the 29-yard line on a running clock, 1 minute. Lombard, snap, looks to his right, gives instructions, still on his feet. It's going to be short of the first down. 7 yards is not what you need, young man. Get rid of the ball. And we're looking to get the ball set, spotted.
And time is ticking.
Time is running. The receiver's getting back from downfield. Lombard again. Instructions, 32 seconds. There's the snap. Looks right, throws right. He's got a man there. Back corner, no good. James, the intended receiver, number 13 in defense for the Millers, Brandon Moore, a senior. Defense wins the battle. Third down.
He's been limping for a while. He had to hit the ground now.
Yeah, there's an injured player. And the aforementioned defender, Braden Moore, is down. Leg cramps. 24.2 seconds remaining. We'll take a quick timeout as the injured player is being tended to. You're listening to Putnam City School football exclusively on Sports Radio, Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'll be back after a break. And we're back. More assisted to the sideline by the coaching staff and the athletics training staff. 24.2 seconds. Third down, 3. Lombard looks left, exclusively left, scrambled again, gets outside of containment, pump fakes, delivers a blow to the would-be tackler, gets out of bounds, and he's simply saying, take that.
Yeah, it's good to see some moxie from your quarterback, Lombard. You see Lawan stepped up. He was the watcher. Excuse me, can't find the word I'm looking for, but he was the watcher on the quarterback as soon as he spilled outside. Yes, thank you. Yeah. He was the spy on the outside. He evades him and puts that shoulder down.
Yeah, he went forward with that. Lombard under
pressure
pressure
coming.
And it's going to be sacked. 11 seconds. Referee's looking to get the ball set. 3, 1. That's the ball game. The Millers have come into the Pirate Land and have upset the Pirates.
Right, tried to get one more score before the game was over and just simply ran out of time.
And that's the takeaway. They run out of time. Opening night, not a victorious night, but lessons learned. And what I know about Coach Willis Alexander is that he'll tell his players, we didn't lose, we learned. And we didn't lose to that team, we beat ourselves.
Right, absolutely. You had some unsportsmanlike conducts early in the game. You lose a lot of yards on those. We had some false starts. We lost the ball a couple times, but definitely things you can clean up throughout the duration of the season.
Takeaways from the game, the defense played well. The Putnam City defense is as advertised. They played well. You can't keep putting the ball or the defense in a bad situation and expect for it to turn out well for you.
Absolutely.
And that's the takeaway. So we've got to name a player of the game tonight, and we'll do that on the other side of the break. We'll take a quick break, come back, we'll gather our thoughts, and we'll wrap this thing up here from PC Stadium tonight, where the Pirates fall to the Millers 26-16. You're listening to Putnam City School Sports, high school sports, on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 HD1, sponsored by SSM Health. We'll be back on the other side. Well, welcome back into the field house, the stadium tonight, where the Yukon Millers have come into Putnam City Stadium and have knocked off the rising Putnam City Pirates 26-16, a 10-point victory for Coach Brent Barnes and his Yukon Millers, who are tonight they were as good as they needed to be in multiple facets of the game. They didn't get their heads down. They stayed the course. They were able to rise to adversity, went in with a halftime deficit, came out, and they won the second half 17-0, outscoring the Pirates by 17. And so that's the difference in the ball game tonight. We've got to name a player of the game, and we've put our collective minds together. And it was tough, but we've got one. And Jamin, I'll let you do the information if you don't mind.
All right, the player of the game for this evening is going to be Braden Knox flying all around the field on defense, imposing his will. The first half, he was draped on the quarterback like his jersey, just flying all around the place, being physical, just keeping the hat on the hat. So hats off to the Tulsa commit.
Braden Knox, your player of the game tonight, and that's going to do it for us tonight, where the Yukon Militars are victorious here at Putnam City tonight. Next week we'll be at PC West with these same Pirates facing the Patriots. It'll be a crosstown battle. It'll be a battle of the PC schools, and we'll be there with you. We hope to have you along for the ride as Coach Johnson takes on Coach Alexander. The coach takes on the student, and however that cliche goes. But we'll be back for that one, and we thank you for joining us tonight. And tonight's game is sponsored by SSM Health, Peace of Mind Pediatrics. We'd like to thank everyone that's along the way, Dimitri, for putting things together for us over here, and our cameraman Pascal for giving you the sights of the game. We certainly appreciate that. Thank you for being along with it. I'm Dwayne Doolittle. He's Jamin Dawson. We'll see you next time on PC High School Football, sponsored by SSM Health and Peace of Mind Pediatrics on Oklahoma City Sports Radio 105.